as well in the early stage thing. Let's get the game underway here on BFL, game of the round. And we're off and running. One down there by East Point, taken away there by Graham by hand. Rotona Onus got involved with the hand pass, trying to find a man in Brown. Stolen by Scotland, looking for Page. Hot footy be one in the middle here. Opportunity coming through there for Martin with the hand pass to Lovick. High footy towards centre half forward. Whitaker and Leonard. Leonard reaches up over the top with the fist. Picked up there by Ankrum. Big tackle applied by Johnston. First contact was high. It'll be a free kick. And Darley's off half back.
Ankrum wheels and goes with the hand pass over to Stevenson. His right foot kicks errant from the youngster. Cut off there by McQueen. Onto the left boot inside 50 here for the Kangas. And the mark's been taken in front of Z Stratton. And it's going to be taken there by Brown. Missed last week, rested, 49 metres out from goal. Inside the opening minute here at Darley Park. Beautiful blue skies overhead. Devils aiming to repeat their win against East Point in their meeting in 2018 on their home deck. Going for 15 straight. But it's Brown with ball in hand for East Point with the first shot on goal. Score imminent, you'd think. Gets plenty of it. He likes it off the boot. Goal umpire does not move. First score of the afternoon to the reigning premiers. First score indeed. They're 1 goal straight 6. They lead the Devils yet to score. 1.5 minutes gone opening term.
Yeah, perfect start there, boys, for the Kangaroos. And it just shows, again, another name that wasn't mentioned in the pre-game, but Essendon VFL this player in Brown, and McQueen was the one that hit him up, beautiful by foot.
Yeah, unfortunately for the youngster there in Stevenson, they did plenty right there, the Devils, but the errant kick there from the youngster in his fourth game, who we just spoke about before the first bounce, was errant. Turnover, McQueen, Brown combined goal.
And nice little touch by the Darley side. There was about 7 players all went up and said, pat on the back, pat on the bum. Yeah, don't worry about it, son.
Mark wins it down again. Baker ran past that one on this occasion. Hand pass a bit hot there for Evans, but it does fall in a teammate's hand in. Baker mops up his own mess, but left foot kick towards half forward. Awkward one to deal with. Inglis look away, hand pass. Finds Lee Spiteri. Break strike. Runs the 40. Spiteri lines him up near side. Minor score.
Kicked a goal in every game since his return, Spiteri.
And didn't miss that one by much either, unfortunately, but wasn't a major one for the Darley side.
Left foot raking kick back in out of defence for East Point in the Walsh direction. He couldn't quite take the mark. Ball breaks free. Opportunity here for members side.
How far?
Centre wing. Baz calls how far. Kick from Brown. He's been busy early into an open forward line. Looking there for Johnson. Second effort was excellent. Kick across the body was better. Second goal to East Point. Just been playing here 3 minutes here at Darley Park. And the Devils, they're under the pump as East Point lead 2 straight 12. Darley 1 behind.
And how good was that just by Jacob Brown going forward? Had nothing to kick to. He waited. Just
kept running.
But then I taught, but then just the class and the creativity. Yeah. And Geordie Johnson, I mean, he's one of the best forwards in the competition, and just showed it there. You only need to sniff, only need to get goal side, and he made the most of his opportunity.
And I'm being biased. If the whistle had blown when it should have gone, should have been down the other bloody end.
50-50 call, Barry Ag. We'll go back under the way here on BFL Game of the Round, the 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM. Ball in the midfield. Trying to come away with it there is Rotona Onus by hand. Trying to flick it out wide to a teammate there in Nesta. Wrapped up. And umpire gave him a lot of leeway and a lot of time. If they got booked the ball, it's holding the ball. Coley had the footy on the half back line. Gives it off by hand to Angwin. Sends it down the line with a left foot kick to the lead of, looks like it might be Cadman on the other side. And they will take the mark. And in the end, dropping it, and we'll get a stoppage virtually on centre wing.
Angwin a little slow to get to feet after that kick as the East Point player dived across his leg. Central umpire asking for spectators to jump over the fence as there's...
and he's hobbling off too. He doesn't...
Looking a little worse for wear, Angwin, is he?
Yeah.
He's very proppy, the left footer.
Yeah.
East Point lead by 11 points. Out of side centre wing, the ball up. Graham goes the thump there in the end. Chance here from Rotoma Onus through traffic. Hand pass intercepted there by Scotland, who got it to Baker, who found Ankrum. Gave it back to that play there in Baker. Back to Ankrum. Good combination of hand pass there from the Devils.
Good marks.
Inside half forward. And Inglis has got the ball in hand. Back into the side today after missing with the shoulder last week. Plays on. Right foot kick to an open forward pocket. No one at home for the Devils. And cut off, and East Point will get out of trouble.
No, I think it's Jakey lost his footing, I think, didn't he?
Tongue went across to Brown. Short kick. Links up with the teammate. East Point look to move off half-back. Whittaker presents the centre wing, unable to take the mark. Maybe an opportunity here for the Devils by hand. Carrick there. Also Stevenson loves to run. Dribbling kick forward. Misses the target. Opportunity made for Walsh at half-back to mop things up. Dodd by hand found Nesta. Right foot kick into the midfield. Tough for McQueen to get a handle on. Now an opportunity to the back for Darley to mop things up. In Cullen. Kick inboards clever. Mark should be taken by Graham. Draws a man. Just puts it in the front of Baker's left footer. Unable to pick it up. Forced to hack it off the deck. Inside 50 it goes towards the boundary line. Tough to deal with on the outer side of the ground. And in the end, they run out a bit of territory and we'll get a ball in at the 5.5 minute mark of the opening term.
Darley just needing a goal. That's just what it just sounds like and looks like from here at the moment, Barry.
They've had enough to play, haven't they?
Boundary throw in. Devils inside their attacking 50. Ball at ground level. Hand pass to an open Inglis who wanted the free kick. The umpire said play on. Ball at ground level. Half a dozen or so players coming in from everywhere. You'd think a whistle imminent. There is one. And there'll be a ball up 45 metres out from the Darley goal. East Point with the opening two of the afternoon through Brown and Johnston. Spiteri with the only behind score for the Devils at the moment.
We're back up the way. Flying early there was quick, trying to win things down for East Point. Retirement onus in there. Bottom of the pack was Baker, as he always is. Ball spills free. Still an opportunity inside 50 for Darley. Tough to deal with. Big tackle applied by the Kangaroo defence. Holds things up. 6.5 minutes gone. 2 goals straight. 12 leads. Just the one behind. In the early passages here at Darley Park. The Devils getting towards the Grey Street end, the southern end on Barry Ag's comforts. And we're back underway. Martin wins it down. Baker on hands and knees, trying to shovel one out to a teammate. Unable to do so. Locked up. And once again, a bit of a stalemate just inside 50, about 35 metres out from goal.
Got an important role to play today, Baker. In the absence of Nick Graham, he and Ankrum need to stand up. And there's the ball up. Devils into attack. Tap one there by Martin. Quick kick out of the congestion there from Spiteri. Went straight up in the air and back down. Hurried kick out of defence from East Point. Gets towards the defensive 50. Cullen decided to go by foot. Ball intercepted there by Dodd. Baker again to Page. Right foot kick out wide into the direction of Ankrum, who had to wait under it for a while, then was dealt with.
Has he got it or not?
A little let off there for East Point. 50-50 there, I think, at best. As Ankrum from 50, right foot kicks, been informed, goes to the top of the goal square. There goes the thump away, out the direction of Ward. Bilney needs to sit for him. He did well there. Threw the ball onto the boot, you'd think, as the ball bounced end on in over the line for a boundary throw in. 45 metres around from the Darley goal. Scoreboard side of the ground. The Devils in attack.
And just a bit of a limp up after that one, Clay Bilney as well. Just a bit slow to get back to his feet. Still on his haunches. Just got a bit of attention whilst trying to clear the footy. East Point will send a high footy down the line towards centre wing. Stevenson reaching in, unable to take the mark from defence. Big tackle applied by the Kangaroos. Centre wing on the outer side. We will get a ball up. 8 minutes gone. Opening term. 11 points to margin here. BFL game of the round. 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM. We'll get things back underway here. High footy. One down by Martin and by East Point, but taken away by the Devils and by Z Stratton towards centre half forward. Inglis involved, bouncing between a couple of players there. Opportunity for Hanson coming through, can't quite find the footy. Gallagher at the back of the pack for the Kangaroos is able to lock things up for East Point in between centre half forward and centre of Darley Park, and another stoppage unfolds here.
They've managed to square away the last 3 or 4 minutes, the Devils. Ball on half forward at the moment. They trail by 11 points. 8.5 minutes gone opening term. There's the ball up. Neither of Ruckman can gain any ascendancy from that stoppage. Umpire blows the whistle, says, I'll have it. And he'll ball it up again. How do you see the opening 8 minutes, Barry?
Apart from 2 probably easy goals, relatively easy goals for the Pointers, I think Darley have had probably most of the play.
Spiteri reaches over the top. Scotland trying to extract, gets left foot to ball. And Matone Onus just tries to bully his way through, but is wrapped up. And in the end, the stoppage, once again, has been a bit of an arm wrestle for the last 5 minutes or so here. Darley getting themselves back into the contest, trying to do all the attacking, trying to hit the scoreboard, but unable to do so. Slap forward there by Geordie Taylor, only as far as a coach in Scotland for Darley. Right foot kick towards half forward. Be a tough one to mark, backing back. Walsh with the fist. Quick gets across for East Point as they'll knock things out of bounds in front of his coach's box, and we'll get a ball in. Half forward flank region for Darley.
Devils trail by 11 points. 9.5 minutes gone opening term. About 48 metres around from their goal. Kicking to the Grey Street end. Not a great deal of breeze to speak of. I'm tipping you can score at both ends this afternoon. There's the throw-in. Ball at ground level now. Bit of a stacks on the mill. Sam mentioned earlier a bit of arm wrestle of sorts going on at the moment. It's a central umpire come in, and he'll ball it up 55 metres away from the Darley goal.
Sam Young, Todd Willen, Barry Egg and Ian Smithy Smith bringing all the action this afternoon here at Darley Park. We've played almost 11 minutes in the opening term. One down by the Devils, but taken away by Ratona owners. Right foot kicking towards the middle of Darley Park. Whittaker attacks it, unable to grab the footy. Shane Page mops things up as he always does to Leonard. Now Cullen. Kick around the body was inventive. Found Tommy Evans, who goes back to Leonard, and they can really solidify things in defence. Carrick takes the mark back in the lineup this week. Kicks it towards centre half back. Good presentation shown, and the mark taken there by the Devils as they look towards the outer side. Ball in the direction there of Coley. So that's as a party, my apologies. They'll pick up the footy. Looks inboard. Pop things up though. McDougall looks up. Got a man over the top. The kick's slightly ear-directed. East Point still with the numbers. Sweeping hand pass in the McQueen direction. Tough to pick up his bootlaces, but still got away. McQueen from 48 lines up the goals and kicks a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful goal.
Devils in trouble here at Darley Park. The Kangas, they're out to a 17-point lead. They're 3 goals straight, 18. Darley one behind. Trent Angwin just struggling in front of us there, just trying to get some movement back into that left ankle as he kicked and was taken from the field. But Cream rising to the top here at Darley Park with Brown, McQueen and Johnston, arguably their 3 most important players hitting the scoreboard.
It comes down to the fact that, when you're on, because the 3 goals you've kicked apart from the one set shot, the other 2 have just been or hurried snapshots that have never looked like missing.
And it's pounded forward by East Point again. Whittaker, dodgy looking hand pass, should be a free kick rewarded, but the advantage is taken by the Devils. Coley running off half back from centre wing, looks towards half forward, looking for Azapati.
Oh, nice right hand.
But with the one, Duke, let your mind. Drew Murphy takes a nice grab on half back, looks down the line by foot. Mark should be taken by the Kangaroos as they set up attack on the outer side of the ground. Trying to direct traffic over there. 12 and a half minutes gone.
As you said, Todd, he's Trent Angwin in front of the bus. He's still a little bit proppy, but looks a hell of a lot better than what he did coming off the ground.
Indeed.
Devils from half-back, they're able to mop things up, though. Graham to Scotland, and he looks across to his captain in Shane Page, who should mark inside defensive 50. Darley looking to move the ascendancy here on the broadcast side. That's where Page goes. High footy into the direction of a teammate, and a mark should be taken.
Nice.
Cadman.
Just presented well and marked strongly.
Cadman with ball in hand, defensive side of member side centre wing here. He's got time to play on a run away from Walsh on the non-preferred left. Gets the half forward. Edwards the fly couldn't take the mark. It was Bewley, in fact. Ball at ground level on the attacking 50. There's the play you speak of there, Barry.
Yep.
Edwards, quite happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw in right in front of the East Point coach's box.
Oh, there's only one number off.
10 and 11, I'll give you that. Thought the tattoos might have been a bit more of an easier giveaway, but nevertheless, back underway. Boundary throwing falls a bit short, should be recalled, and it is, so we'll get a redo on the half-forward region. 13 and a half minutes gone.
Take 2.
Hanson to do ruck work here for the Devils against Martin. Wins it down, in fact, knocks it towards the boundary side. But a big tackle applied by Ratoma Onus, who's been in the thick of things as per usual in the midfield for East Point to lock things up on the half-back line.
Kangaroos 18 lead the Devils 1, nearing the 14-minute mark of this opening term here. Match of the round action here brought to you on 97.9 FM, on Relay 98.5 Apple FM. There'll be a boundary throw-in. Just a magnet on that East Point coach's box at the moment. Another boundary throw-in will take place there. 18 plays 1. Devils in desperate need of a goal.
Angwin coming back on.
Good signs for the Devils. There's the throw-in. Good thump there from Hanson. Going about 15 metres for his side. Went in the direction of Azapati, who overran the football. Chance for Tongue. His kick was good. Found Taylor on half-back. Right foot kick 2 into the middle of the ground. The spoil was good there at the back there from was Worsdorp. Might have copped low, big high, but the umpire let it go. Right foot kick from Johnson, inside attack, half volley. Page made it look easier than what it was. Hand past the Z Stratton, and then got it back on the run. High right foot kick to the outer side centre wing. Ball at ground level. Picked up there by Worsdorp. As soon as he did, he was tackled, taken to the ground. Ball knocked further afield as a party in there for the Devils. But he wasn't on his own. Assistance shown there from the East Point defensive unit to effect another ball up on the attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground for the Devils.
And we're back underway here. Hanson flew early, but one down by the Kangaroos. Nesta by hand, looking for Joel Marb. On the pack, couldn't find the footy, but will be rewarded with a high contact maybe there to the 2018 Central Highlands Best and Fairest winner. Looks to the outer side by foot. High ball in the McDougall direction. Callan on his hammer. Just did enough not to infringe. Got a problem though as the support arrives for the Kangaroos. Trying to move it forward through Lovick. Right foot kick. Johnston attacks it. Unable to mark it full velocity. Copped a bit of attention on the way through. Ball still alive. Still a chance for East Point. Into full forward they go. Brown and Page. Page did enough. Ball still alive. McQueen. Able to pick the footy up. Brown again. Right foot snap to the top of the goal square. Off hands. Hits the deck. Looking for the Crummers. Snap around the body's clever. And it's there.
Canning.
Yeah, claim the goal. We'll get a consultation. And I reckon they're going to say it's a major. Kenny's going to be paid the goal. And that's 4 to start the game for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, the youngster Bryce Stevenson very disappointed there. Thought he got a bit of leg on it to incur a touch behind, but the umpire, central umpire, going with the goal umpire's instincts. And the goal will stand. 4 goals straight, 24 East Point. They lead Darley, 1 behind. What a start by the reigning premiers down the highway against the Devils, Barry.
Yeah, I thought the central umpire overruled the goal umpire there, mate. But
well, they did that a fortnight ago against Sunbury. So
they certainly did.
Unlucks and unfortunate. Yours, Sammy?
Back on the way here, Ankrum towards centre half forward with a dribbling ball. East Point able to pick things up though. Murphy by hand. Went through his direct target now, Graham, who hasn't been at his prominent best, found Ankrum. As a party, scrubby kick goes inside 50. Scott backed it, went without it, and will be rewarded. Free kick towards the coach. And this game has got the early sort of signs, Barry Ag, to one that we watched a few weeks ago against Melton for the Kangaroos, where they started so red hot and fell in a heap. And the ball's in the coach's hands for the Darley Devils to try to settle things up. They'll take his best kick here for right on 50.
Ooh, I reckon he'll do this one easy.
Scotland will come in with a slow and deliberate approach at the goal face on a 45-degree angle from 50. Booming kick is on the way right to the line. It's seen through for a minor score. 2 behind Australia's 4 goals straight, 24.
Needing a goal there, Baz. 2 behinds, Darley. Trail East Point 4 straight, 24. Ball to come back into play. East coach
just got under a little bit, didn't he?
Jake Bridges be very happy with the start. Ball back into play. They come members side to half back. Z Stratton in front, goes the fist in front of Dodd. Finds the safety of the boundary line. There'll be a stoppage. Boundary throw in on half forward. Right in front of the social club here at Darley Park. 18 minutes gone opening term.
And for our regular listeners, Z Stratton is generally referred to by us as Swanee.
East Point 24,
if you're
Darley
wondering
2.
who Z Stratton is.
There's the throw in. The umpire's picked out a free kick.
Oh, I try to give Jacobs the Stratton a bit of a run, but you never know. Just see whatever lingo I can go with.
Cancel that free kick. It's a free throw back to the boundary umpire for a repeat. Throw in to take place. Devils trail by 22 points. Throw in. Spiteri won that tap. Scotland in front. Been busy early. Hands there from Spiteri. Favours Graham. Outside of the right boot. Forward. Goes looking there towards Inglis. Good use of the body. Did everything but take the mark at the end. Ball taken to ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up 50 metres out from the Darley goal. Almost directly in front.
And as we said in the preview, sort of thinking that they probably need somebody down the forward line to help Jake out.
One down there by Spiteri, inside 50, the Devils go, but every time it goes in, it seems to slingshot straight out. Brian Graham has something to say with the sidestep flying shot, goal, and hits the woodwork. Almost something special there from Brian, but couldn't quite get it between those 2 big sticks. 3 behind, Australia's 4 goals straight, 24.
Of course, if you just joined the broadcast, Nick Graham not playing today. Tongue brings the ball back into play, keeps it low, kicks okay, finds Lovig. on the defensive 50 in front of Spiteri. Continues to go wide. Finds Walsh on half-back. Goes slowly along the line. Looking there towards McDougall. He couldn't take the mark. Weight of numbers prevailed through the Devils and Baker. Left foot kick towards the attacking 50. Wanting to hold there was as a party. The umpire called play on. And Dodd's going to get East Point out of trouble. Right foot kick goes towards the outer side centre wing. Bewley with the sit. Trying to mark it on the chest. Ball was knocked free. Away from him by Tuggy. Then fell over to Bewley. Coming in, lending assistance there was Cadman to try and help out the party, but East Point just stole it away. Got the ball towards half forward. Bewley was the target. He couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Page doing the mopping up. As Sammy mentioned earlier, does it so often for the Devils. His left foot kick to get them out of trouble is then smothered. Spilled free over the line for a boundary throw-in. This time, outer side of the ground, half forward for East Point.
Just so desperate at the moment there, East Point. Just hunting the footy, hunting the ball carrier. It's a terrific sight to be seen here at Darley Park. Back underway. Knocked forward there by Martin. Baker trying to slap to his own advantage. Couldn't do so. East Point pounded inside 50. High ball sliding in on hands and knees. McDougall's out. Take the mark. High footy. Should have really been dealt with. Wasn't. And he's a lump of lad, McDougall, and just slid in very casually and marked it on his chest, about 25 metres out on a slight angle.
And have vivid memories of Mr. McDougall getting a fairly severe dressing down by the coach a couple of weeks ago, and he obviously took it on board because he's improved his play, hasn't he?
And he hunted the footy on that occasion. High one coming inside 50, able to mark to make it 5 to start the game for the Kangaroos. McDougall comes in and started an inside and really just stabbed at the footy. Minor score, 4-1-25 leads, 3 behinds.
Is that enough for Jake to drag him?
Looks like Scotland's going to bring the ball back into play. For a moment there, I thought the red and white socks were for McDougall, but I think it's for another bloke with a similar name.
Ooh.
Scotland to bring the ball back into play.
I like that, Toddley. I'll keep that coming, I reckon, in my commentary bus. That's good.
97.9 FM, that's where you're hearing all the action. Sammy Young, Todd Whelan, Barry Agg and Smithy with you right throughout the afternoon.
It's for a good cause, I don't care.
East Point on top, 25 lead, Darley 3. Scotland plays on, goes outer side of the ground. Devils out of trouble, looking for Baker. Needs a favourable bounce, didn't get one. Tried to steal it away from Taylor. Taylor kept his feet with the soccer. Ended up with ball in hand. Gave the ball over to the big fella there in quick. Right foot kicked to the top of the square, looking for McDougall. He couldn't take the mark, went the soccer. Devils with numbers, but they're not out of trouble yet. Leonard's hand pass went looking for Z Stratton. Ball fell free from his hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. Adjacent to the behind post. Outer side of the ground. East Point deep into attack. They lead by 22 points. 22 and a half minutes gone opening term.
And we had a chance to get some progressive scores from some of the other games happening across the competition. Back inside 50 here for East Point. Slapped to their attacking side. Evans by hand to Scotland. Had nowhere to go. Still not gone through. Ball's locked up in the defensive goal square. Another game's happening across the competition. Ballarat and North Ballarat City locked at 14 apiece. Same with Sebastopol and Melton. Lake Windermere kicked the first 5 goals against Redan and lead them. And Back Smash 1 goal for 10 leads Melton 1 goal 2.
East Point in the goal square in attack.
To Darley to
Leonard with ball in hand.
Darren, yep.
Every reliable club best and fairest. Vice captain. Will come members side of the ground. Just inside the boundary line. Ankram's the target. Beating good form. Had 2 to beat. Took it off his mark in front of Brown. And Canny gave the hand pass over to Stevenson. Put him under the pump. The youngster's got to back up here. Hand pass is dispossessed. Ball fell into the free hands of Ankram. Got it to Scotland. Hand pass missed the target there. And Carrick can go again. Want to be quick here, Scotland. Measures, kept the eyes low. Was good. Kick found Colley. Inside the defensive 50. Devils can get out of trouble. Kick needs to be good. Cadman high. The umpire said no. Ball at ground level. As a party in there for the Devils. Nest to 2 for East Point. Ball falls into the hands of Dodd. Concede some ground with a hand pass to Lovig. He goes back with a 45 kick to half back. Members side of the ground. It looks like Mar with ball in hand. Right kick in the middle of the ground. Mark's been taken there by Quick. Got some separation on Spiteri. Decides to come members side. Deep into the forward pocket. And out coming an uncontested mark. There is McQueen. Got some separation on Evans. He's 50 metres out from goal. Goes short with the chip. It's okay to Taylor. Ran away from Page. Open goal. Put your glasses down. He's put it through. It's 5 goals to East Point. They kick away here at Darley Park. They're 5-1, 31. They lead the Devils 3 behinds. 24 and a half minutes gone opening term.
Well, I mean, I don't want to put words in East Scotland's mouth. He's going to take quarter time, but just some defensive pressure there just is so vitally needed. Because I mean, I can forgive Shane Page with a slight overcommitment there. That's the one you forgive. But the lead from McQueen on Evans, he just one little push out of the way, and he beat him on the lead with ease. And just falling apart inside defensive 50 at the moment are the Darley Devils, and they're under the pump and they're getting hit on the scoreboard. Back underway here, one down by East Point, and they're not done with yet. Handball by Brown, found a teammate in Johnston. They go inside 50 to the full forward spot. Bilney unable to shark the mark. Still a chance inside 50. Scotland trying to desperately knock things out towards the boundary line, trying to take the ball out of play, and in the end has professionally seen it in that direction.
One of the few good players for the Devils in the opening term, Scotland.
No doubt about it in my book. They've been massacred going forward at the moment.
Boundary throw-in. East Point into attack. 49 metres out from their goal.
Son.
Chance here for Taylor. Hand pass was okay to Brown. Right foot kick, standing start from 49. Distance wasn't a problem. Accuracy was. He misses to the left for a minor score. East Point 5-2-32. They're on fire here at Darley Park. The Devils 3 behinds.
Brian Graham to go get the footy. He's decided he's going to go to take the kick out here. So Graham with it, looks towards the broadcast side, high footy, looking for Leonard, who should mark and does. Vice-captain of the footy club, stalwart defender, with it in front of the commentary, bus position. Spearing ball, arcs a bit for his of character come across.
1, 2, 3.
And with time owners,
7-2.
McDougall, manufacturer, kicked this in half forward, building attack. They tried to slap it to his teammates' advantage, but Graham got involved. Ducked the head off as he's threatened by Boot, clearing defensive 50. Hand pass there coming from Bewley, but only as far as retirement onus to Murphy. Bit slow with it. Coughed it up. Opportunity for Darley to go forward through Inglis. Handball back inside was clever as a party broke the tackle. Off to Spiteri. Booming kick to right to the goal square. Walsh getting back though. Favoured by the kick. Marks in front of Cadman and goes towards the outside to find Lovick, who should mark.
Lovick on the defensive 50 for East Point up against the boundary line. Squares it a little to the outer side centre wing. Nesta gets a favourable bounce. Didn't have to break stride. Dumped as he kicked by Brian Graham. Down the ground, says the umpire. Wouldn't have mattered anyway as Jordan Johnston marked the ball deep inside 50. And one of the leading goal kickers for the Kangas will go back and have a shot on goal for a chance to kick East Point's 6th unanswered goal in this opening term. 27 minutes gone. East Point 32 lead Darley 3 behinds. Now Johnston with an opportunity for his 2nd of the afternoon. Beautiful conditions for football here at Darley Park. Kicks on its way. But look at the player reaction. He likes it. He's put it through. An East Point kick away here at Darley Park, to say the least. They've opened up their 6-2-38. Darley 3 behinds. 35-point ball game, Barriag.
Exactly deja vu for what you were saying before, mate. Last time we were up at Eastern Oval.
Can't agree with you more, Baz. And they're just getting it done in front of the goals at the moment. Yeah, and East Point, when they're on, they're just capable of doing this to anyone. Doesn't matter what opposition throw at them.
Well, exactly. But to me, they seem to be about. I generally use the term 5 yards quicker, but it seems to be about 10 yards faster than the Devils at the moment, and they're just running a riot.
We are just waiting the ball to return as it's gone over the fence, and a free footy for anyone down that direction.
And while we are waiting, just for anybody that will be watching this game on Red Onion at a later date, the reason why the Darley side are wearing red and white socks is for Ronald McDonald House. It's a charity fundraising thing, so just if you were wondering tonight when you're watching it on replay, that's why.
AFLGoldfields.tv / East Point versus Darley to find all the action on that one. Well, sorry, Darley's versus East Point to be more technically correct on the bar. And currently it is all East Point though. 6-2-38 lead Darley, 3 behinds. Ball is back in the middle of Darley Park, and we are ready to go once again here in the late stages of the opening term. Umpire gets it going, pounded forward by Martin. Just been dominant in the ruck in the early stages. Coming off there off the wing was Colin. He's wrapped up immediately, and a stoppage in between the centre ground and centre wing on the outer side. A ball up will ensue.
Devils needing a reset. They're needing a siren. They're needing a chat from Scotland at quarter time, I tell you. They trail by 35 points. Spiteri won that tap.
Well done, Scotto.
Scotland's quick hands were good to Baker. Right foot kick with his non-preferred. Pushed under the football there was Bewley. The mark's been taken there by Tongue. Swings onto the preferred left. Comes to the members' side. Running
Well
onto Willis
done.
Worsdorf. Concedes some ground with a hand pass. To half back to Evans. His hand pass further afield was good.
Oh,
Found-
talk!
Went out by looking there for Worsdorf. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. Members' side centre wing for the Devils. They trail by 35 points. We're nearing the 30-minute mark of this opening term.
When the footy guys aren't smiling, that was going to hit Harley Inglis on the chest.
We're on the broadcast side. We're back underway. Retirement owners went with it, but
That's ball, umpire.
no prior opportunities, says the man official on the spot. Centre wing. Another ball up. Wunshu. Back underway. Martin went early. Won it down. Retirement owners went without it against Graham. Umpire waves the arms in the air. Same play on Worsdorf. Right foot snap around the bodies wide. We had the full marked, but was neither in the end. Gallagher gave it up to a teammate in Murphy, and he looks back to cross defensive 50, finds Walsh, and they're going to try to complete the switch. Lovik's the man at centre half back. Kick was a bit slow getting there, but he got there eventually, and he's got the loose man on the broadcast on the other side, which is Carson. He looks over the top, trying to manufacture a kick towards Dodd. Wasn't really clever. Hanson over the shoulder. Carson trying to mop up his own mess. Did well initially. Got the kick away down the line. Scrappy in the McQueen direction. He'll keep it just in the field of play. No, he won't. Runs out of real estate. We'll get a ball in.
You see, Stratton was very good over there for the Devils. They were outnumbered. But a little lucky as well, though, for some poor ball use there from the Kangas.
Well, Ziggy, you can't ever say that he doesn't give it 110%.
One down by Martin. Taylor overrun it. Stolen by the Devils. Graham pounds a high ball in towards the centre of Darley Park. Bounces on its point. Desperation stuff required. Hand pass over shoulder stolen from Carrick, and Retirement was taken away with it, but the siren beats them. And here on BFL Game of the Round on 979 FM and relaying on 98.5 Apple FM, the scoreboard reads 6 goals to 38. East Point leading Darley 3 behinds with 2 goals to Geordie Johnston, singles to Brown, McQueen, Canny and Geordie Taylor. We'll take a break here.
As Ankrum Baker, C. Stratton Page among the other contributors.
And we have a special visitor in the bus too.
Let's get things underway here on BFL Game of the Round, back and running, and free kicks being picked out early, and it's going to go the way of Darley, and it's going to go the way of Spiteri. Gives up to Scotland. From on his left foot, goes towards half forward, looking for Hanson. Strong mark over the clunk one. Wheels and goes immediately, looks to the hot spot with a wobbly ball and falls in the lap of Brian Graham. He's able to take the mark.
And here's the first goal for the Darley football side.
Lining up 35 metres out directly in front. And just quick ball movement. That's the Darley of old. Hanson leads up, takes the grab, wheels and goes, and Graham getting forward will line up directly in front.
And more
mark this one
importantly,
down.
4 kicks, 4 players hit on the chest.
Graham comes in the opening minute of the second term to give the Devils the much needed perfect start. Graham comes in and splits the high diddle. And Devils are on the board. 1 goal, 3-9. Trail 6 goals to 38 here at Darley Park.
What I like to see about that Brian Graham goal, despite the margin, they're not letting scoreboard determine effort. There were 8 or 9 players that went and congratulated Graham in that goal.
And as they say, one swallow doesn't make a summer, but 1 goal doesn't make a massive turnaround. But maybe the northern end of the ground is the scoring end.
Well, let's hope so. The Devils honouring the loss of Zach Butter's grandmother, of course, a Devils draftee picked up by the Port Adelaide Football Club. So,
who's made his return to the senior side?
Condolences to the Butters family.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Back underway here. Van Meer went early, but Spiteri just got a fingertip in there. Z Stratton trying to go by handball.
Baker
Stepped around a whoopie tackler. Handball off to Page. Ever reliable from halfback. Looking towards Inglis. Tongue, the quarterback for East Point, able to mop things up. Left foot kick down the lines. A piercing ball from the side by Page. Wonderful grab. Mark of the day contender there. Looks inboard where he's got Ankrum, but doesn't want to go there. Goes shorter instead.
once again.
Stratton back to Page. Looks down the line. Thumping kick will go just inside 50. Edwards attacked at a full velocity. Ball went out the back. Off Gallagher's boot. And out in the full will be a Darley ball deep in the right forward pocket. And in the hands of a capable man in Harley Inglis.
Must be a Darley dog behind that fence there as the ball went out of bounds on the full. The dog started running the tail.
Here's
The kick in from
the
Inglis
second goal.
has found Edwards. Got some separation on the defence of Gallagher.
Deja vu, boys.
It doesn't seem to be a lot of confidence and support for me for the second goal.
Well, we don't want to speak too soon. It's a long way back from here, Barry. 29-point lead to East Point. The opening goal to the Devils through Graham. Can they make it 2?
Hey.
No, he's nearly lost the ball and he's running.
Jake thought he was in Hollywood there, wanting to take 2 on this kick. He'll take a shot on goal. 45-degree angle. Distance won't be a problem. The Devils' leading goal kicker in 2019. Set sail on its way. Sets it up. It's going across the face. Misses off to the left for a minor score. Not what the Devils wanted. Goals is what they need. They're 1-4-10. They trail East Point 6-2-38.
Stop punching me. I didn't mozz him.
3.5 minutes gone, second term.
Tongue with the footy. Will do the kicking in duties as he normally does. Looks to the outer side with a long raking left foot kick. High ball. Tough to mark. Off hands. Graham trying to claim it. Was clattered in the tackle immediately, and the umpire said highly. Free kick will go the way of Darley's only goal kicker of the day in Brian Graham.
Too far out.
Looks up. Assesses his options. Got men in the middle. Decides he wants to go wide by foot. And hits up Lee Spiteri, who looks to go. Just a bit too slow, a bit stagnant going forward at the moment, the Devils. And Spitteri's waved to play on, just sets it up, wants to run, someone to run and jump at it. Edwards is that man. Walsh from the side brings it down. Just a little grubby kick forward there by Hanson's offline. Minor score. 1 goal, 5-11, trail 6-2-38.
Not trying to say what I said has any sense, but that's exactly the same thing that East Point did in the first quarter. Just hurry kicks out of the pack, and none of them look like missing.
Yeah, it would have been something out of nothing there for the Devils as Tongue decides to go broadcast side with a long left foot kick. It's okay. Devils out of East Point out of trouble. The overhead mark taken by Johnston in front of Stevenson. Goes laterally and the kick's okay. Finds Walsh, recovered from that heavy fall. Right foot kick beyond centre wing, the fly. The mark being taken there by Kenny, the youngster, in game 2 for the club this year. Right foot kick inside 50, deep into attack. Leonard goes to Spore. Got a fair fist to that. Johnson, with plenty of run, managed to get inside 50. Excellent follow-up run, trying to get involved at the chain. Ball ends up being held to Marr. The umpire says, I'll have it, and he'll ball it up. 25 metres out from the East Point goal. So 1 minute, the Devils are in attack. And within 8 seconds in transition, East Point back into attack and got the Devils under the pump. Hurry kick out of the congestion there from Marr. To the top of the goal square. Umpire looks like he might affect another ball up. He will. Devils not out of trouble yet. 15 metres out from the East Point goal. They trail by 27 points, nearing 6 minutes, second term.
And we're back and running again. One down by the Kangaroos. Brown trying to shark it outside the boot. Kick is on goal near side. Minor score 6-3-39. Leads 1-5-11 here at Darley Park.
Poor checking there from the Devils at that stoppage. Brown just ran around and did whatever he liked there and got on the end of it. And the Devils were lucky to get away with that.
Page's kick out wide, finds target in Bewley, who continues to move it on field towards centre wing and towards Ankrum, who takes the mark. He chips it over the top. Baker's got a task here, but marks in between a couple. Luther Baker with it. In between centre wing, half forward region. Looks to go. He's decided to go sideways and find a teammate in Evans, who can go short of a few to his coach in Scotland. Takes the mark. And on the left foot, Hanson presents. Walsh flies over the top. Baker gets in the way. Ball goes out of bounds in front of the commentary bus position, and we'll get a ball in.
39 East Point lead. Darley 11. 28 points is the difference. Darley with the only goal of this second term through Brian Graham. There's the throw in. Spiteri at the front. Good use to the body. Tap went to the front of him only as far as Marr. His wild hand pass David McQueen. He ran onto it. Clever hands. Was then well read there by Bewley, the youngster. His hand pass was good to Z Stratton. Hand pass into the middle of the ground. Found Page. Finding space the outer side of the ground as Worsdorp regathers his footing. Runs his full measure from 50. Right foot kick to
Nobody home.
Running back all with the flight of the ball there is Walsh on the last line of defence for East Point. And the Kangas will get out of trouble momentarily as Inglis's pressure on the football was very good to affect the spoil. And there'll be a boundary throw in.
Kept it in the attacking zone.
Devils still in attack. 25 metres around from the goal. They trail by 28 points. after a 6 goals to nothing opening term from the Kangas.
With a ball in about 30 metres out or so. Reached over top by Martin. Nesta in there for the for the Kangaroos. But it's locked up, and Scotland's also on the bottom of the pack there for Darley. Been big 8 minutes here from Mark Hanson, though. He's starting to provide a bit of a target across centre half forward. And has been involved a number of times in their attack in his opening 8 minutes of the second term. Ankrum flips one out. Bewley trying to get away. Found a hand pass to a teammate who's got nowhere to go. Tackled immediately. Ball does eventually spill free. Sling tackle is superb. All fair by Worsdorp on Nesta. Hard footy to be won. And a stoppage on the half-forward flank for the Darley Devils.
Devils will want to be getting some bang for their buck. Forward a centre here in this second turn. They've just managed to convert the 1 goal through Brian Graham. There'll be a ball up on half-forward. Outer side of the ground. Devils kicking to the Raglan Street end or Golf Club end. Tap one there by Martin. And as far as Buck, he's tackled, taken to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And he'll ball it up 50 metres out from the Darley goal. Next goal, all important here. Spiteri the flyer. Speak of Brad the ruckman. Tap was okay. Baker with strength went crashing through. Was then dispossessed. Ball breaks free. Scotland at the back. Opportunity here for the Devils. Ball hurried forward. Edwards in front. At the back. Well read there. Kenny, I think it is. Ball in hand. Right foot kick. Comes to the broadcast side of the ground. See Stratton and McQueen. McQueen was clever, but then fell over at the crucial stage. Allowed C. Stratton to gather. Carrick just telegraphed a left foot kick. Got smothered. Gave it back to Bewley. Bewley was then decked as he hand passed the ball back to Carrick. Right foot kick inside 50. Edwards not happy. The ball didn't go to him. Here's an opportunity here for East Point to get out of trouble. Grubby kick along the ground beyond the defensive 50. Bewley can't keep it in over the line for a boundary throw-in. 65 metres out from the Devils' goal. Boundary throw-in to take place right in front of the commentary position here. The 97.9 FM yellow bus. Been bringing the footy, local footy to you for a number of years now. Boundary throw-in. Spiteri. Do the ruck work, won that tap, only as far as Raton Baronis. Graham there applying pressure, Murphy too. Tackle was good from Azapati to hold it up. Oh, hot to trot there, free kick going to go to Azapati. And a lucky one there for the Devils, Sammy.
Oh, I think the umpire had to sort something out there, a bit of push and shove, and didn't see something he liked, and yeah, he did try to kind of take him on, so I don't think it was the wrong decision. Azapati into the pocket, Edwards leads out, takes the mark. Tucked up against the left forward pocket. We are right behind this kick in the commentary bus position. Edwards was warming up from this exact spot pre-game and did not miss.
It'll take his best from here, I guarantee you, Sammy.
Edwards from 35, tucked up against the boundary line, wants to bend it around the body. Big booming kick is near side. Minus score, 1 goal, 6, 12 trails, 6-3, 39, missing their crucial opportunities in front of goal.
Underrated stat. Conversion in front of goal. 9 scoring shots to 7 in favour of East Point. And the Kangas lead by 27. Not really reflective of the amount of scoring shots at the moment, Barry.
No, well, it's not. But I didn't say anything then, so Jake missed all by himself.
Yeah, well, I'll take the mock on this one. And again, just a little bit of a stoppage as the ball's disappeared down the hill and over the fence.
The other thing, too, I picked up, even in this quarter, even though the Devils are playing a lot better football, they're playing prop and stop football. East Point, as soon as they get the ball, they're off and running.
Yeah, they've only had one inside 50 for the term, East Point, in this quarter, so it's been a much better response for the Devils, but just the 1 goal
but
through that weight of possession be a little disappointing.
You're not going to win games with stop and prop football in this modern era.
And we've had 1 ball go missing over the fence. The ball replacement's gone now mildly over the fence. So when we get an opportunity, we'll try to get some scores update from other games happening across in the Ballarat Football Netball League.
Well, the Devils happen to go down today. I've still got a double crack. I've got the Magpies going around against the Crows at Amy Park later this afternoon. Looking forward to that one.
North Ballarat City lead the Ballarat Swans by 24. Lake Wendouree doing it well over Redan. Melton marginally in front of Sebastopol, and Backsmash lead Melton South. Back with the footy here at Darley Park. Nesta has it in the right forward pocket, defensive back pocket region. Looks down the line. Scotland jumps across, takes a nice intercept mark. So the coach
must have been listening. He was ready to go, wasn't he?
is now waved to play on. Drills a long ball inside 50. Chapman's got separation. Can't take the mark. Spiteri with the crumb. Couldn't quite get through. Hand pass over the top by East Point was good. Retirement owners clears defensive 50. High ball. McDougall took front position. Unable to take the mark. Cullen emerges with it. Wrapped up by a couple. And we'll get a stoppage in between centre wing and the half forward region here for Darley. Trailed by 27 points. BFL game of the round. 979 FM simulcasting on 98.5 Apple FM this afternoon as well.
Dozen or so players around this stoppage. The tap from Martin landed on Spiteri's head, believe it or not. Chance here for Baker. Ankrum in it under. Tackle taken to the ground by Ratomaronis. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up right on the corner of the centre square. Members' side of the ground to the Darley end. They're kicking to the Raglan Street or golf course end in this second term. They trail by 27 points. Spiteri out of the congestion. Right foot kick. East Point have got numbers back. Chance here for Gallagher to get them out of trouble. He combines with hand pass to McQueen.
Oh,
there by Spiteri. He's knocked off the footy well by Murphy. Was all fair and firm there. Spiteri, little ginger, get into his feet. Murphy goes towards the safety of the boundary line. Gathered by Brian Graham. McQueen knocks Graham over the line. There'll be a boundary throw-in. Right in front of us again here in the commentary position here, right in front of the big yellow bus. 27-point lead to East Point. 14 minutes gone second term. Martin's tap was excellent. Barr didn't have to break stride as he ran onto it. Threw it onto his non-preferred left boot. Ball bounced cleanly to Stevenson. As soon as he gathered at the youngster, he was taken to the ground by Johnson. And there'll be a ball up, attacking side of centre wing, members side of the ground for East Point.
Weathering the storm at the moment are the Kangaroos. Back underway. Graham gets boots a ball in towards the centre of Darley Park. Worsdorp just keeps it in front of himself, but no one really coming forward for him. They still work it forward to the Devils. Scotland with the side set, not once but twice. Found Baker. Left foot kick to the lead of Edwards. Great kick out in front, great lead, and a strong mark by Jakey inside 50, 35 metres out from goal. And we're right behind this one once again. Had a couple of sides in this term as the big fella up forward has to make the most of this one, to say the least. 15 minutes gone in the second term. Edwards, 28 for the season, lining up for goal. His slow and deliberate approach comes in, starts it right, learned his lesson to bend it back straight through the eye, diddle, and Darley get their second of the game and second of the term, and so their leading goal kicker of 2019, and Jake Edwards, 2-6-18, trails East Point.
Still
6-2-38.
No fluke in this resurgence. The output of their players that were key contributors in the opening term having back-to-back influence in this second quarter as Scotland's influence continues, and the former 268 AFL gamer continues to lead from the front, Baz.
Well, exactly. But the lead up to that goal from Jakey Edwards was what you would call copybook football. Beautiful lead, honoured by a beautiful kick that hit him lace out on the chest.
I think I'll try to continue.
A little bit higher than the chest, actually.
Trying to continue to run the ball forward. Scotland involved again.
Yep.
Handball at the back to Baker was so influential. He's kicked to centre half forwards, cut by the loose man in Murphy, who just bangs it to the outer side into a vacant space. Creates a bit of a foot race. McDougall wins out with the bounce. Clever pick up with the one hand. Handball trying to continue forward. Now a booming kick inside 50, looking for Johnston.
Oh, big leap.
Over the top. It's the right left foot step around the body. Hits the post coming from McQueen. Almost something out of nothing once again for the Kangaroos. This one hits the woodwork.
Yeah, the two X-Factor players, McQueen and Graham, have both hit the post, so it's all square in that category at the moment. Evans will bring the ball back into play. Right foot kick goes to the outer side of the ground beyond the defensive 50. Graham at the back goes the thump. Finds the safety of the boundary line. There'll be a boundary throw-in. Devils out of trouble at the moment. Boundary throw-in will take place 60 metres around from the East Point goal.
And do you think the footy guides may have deserted East Point because that goal that hit, that shot that hit the post was going straight through the middle in the first quarter?
You've got good eyes, Baz. Boundary throw-in. Walsh won the tap only as far as Baker. Hurried left foot kick. Murphy all on his own. Kick behind the play. Got time to gather. Hand pass was favourable. Got the ball towards Tuddenham. He's hurried kick with the outside of the boot. Gets inside 50. McQueen nearly took an absolute cracker. Ball fell free though. Chance for Stevenson. Soon as he grabbed it, taken to the ground there. The umpire says, I'll have it. No prior. The youngster there led off 49 metres out from the East Point goal.
No, I think it
We've been playing 17 and a half minutes. East Point lead 40, Darley 18.
would have been harsh if he had been penalised, I thought.
I've seen worse.
Oh, well, you and I both.
Neither Ruckman touch it. Pounded out the fence on as far as Taylor. Right foot snap will go pretty much up and under. Inside 50. Umpire says it paid the mark. Graham with courage almost took the spectacular mark. Hacked forward by East Point to the tip of the goal square. McDougall down there. Rushed through by Cullen. Just happy to sock it through his defensive goal face. 6-5-41 leads to 6-18 here at Darley Park. The way of East Point. The Devils to bring the ball back in the field of play. And looking towards the outer side, they will go, you would think. Although, change of mind made by Graham. We'll send a high footy towards the broadcast side. Cadman went early, and I'll take the mark. In there was Tongue.
It was high.
And a free kick has been picked up for some high contact, and it will go the way of the Darley Devils off halfback.
Bewley with ball in hand for the Devils. The youngster, he's had a couple of touches in this term. It'd be good for his confidence. Right foot kick goes along the line, looking for Carrick. Nice block there by Edwards. And the former vice-captain Carrick took the mark. Played on with a hand pass from ground level. Got it to Baker. Left foot kick out in the front of Cadman. Needs a favourable bounce. He didn't get one. Running forward to the football there was Hanson, wanting the ball knocked forward.
Who's
Could
at
have
the bottom of
stayed
the
into
pack?
the contest and gave Cadman some support.
Is that Baker at the bottom of the pack?
Yep.
And there'll be a ball up 40 metres out from the Darley goal. Close up against the boundary line here. 12 or so players to contest. Tap one by Spiteri. Baker in and under once again. Been very good the last month. Had an excellent year, actually, the left footer.
He certainly has.
Yeah, I'd have him probably leading the club's best and fairest at this point, to be honest.
It wouldn't be far off. East Point lead by 23 points. 19 and a half minutes gone in this second term. Doing the ruck work, Spiteri and Walsh. Spiteri won the tap to Baker. Across the body. Clever kick. Didn't overdo it. Got it to Hanson. Kick across the body on his preferred right. Doesn't come back far enough. Through for another minor score. Darley 2-7-19. Pressing. East Point 6-5-41. 22-point lead to the Kangas. Almost 20 minutes gone second term.
As we approach time on, the quarterback, Tongue, with the footy. As he always does, brings the ball back into play for East Point with a booming kick down. Piercing ball.
How does that happen?
Lovic takes the mark. Can they go end to end? Down the middle. Found its way to Johnston. Runs his full measure towards full forward with the kick. Looking for McDougall. Just sits up for him. By hands to McQueen. Lines it up. Handball over the top. A little one sausage on the goal square for Bilney. And end-to-end stuff. Unforgivable stuff for Darley inside the fence. Results in a goal to Clay Bilney, and East Point's first of the term. 7-5-47 leads 2-7-19.
You'd normally only see goals like that on a Tuesday and Thursday night, Baz.
You don't even see them that bloody easy on a Tuesday or Thursday night.
Coast to coast.
There were 5 unattended East Point players, and they did the rest.
All started with a pinpoint kick, beautifully weighted kick, had plenty of pace on it, kept it low. Tongue's kick found Lovic and they were away.
And I'm a big Daniel Tongue man, but the kick was made a little bit easier for a man of his stature. Just go straight down the middle. There's no one in any side of Lovic. Just too easy.
Yep.
Back underway here.
Ball in the middle of the ground, opportunity here for Hanson, who's gone to do some relief work for Spiteri. Ball at ground level. Neither side can gain any ascendancy at the moment out of this stoppage. The umpire will blow the whistle. He'll come in and ball it up. So for all of Darley's resistance in this second term, it's only just 2-1. They still trail by 28 points. 21 and a half minutes gone. Tap one by Walsh. Rotoma onus with strength, standing up in the tackle. Umpire blow the whistle and come into effect. Another ball up. Outer side, centre wing. East Point 7-5-47. Lead Darley 2-7-19. Near 22 minutes gone, second term.
Back underway. Walsh over the shoulder. Found Canny. Right foot kick went forward. Rotoma trying to break the tackle. Sends it. Well, the umpires blowed the whistle and said the tackle was slipped high. I thought he was probably a little hard undone by there in Brian Graham. I thought it just slipped up with the momentum. But nevertheless, Rotoma onus to drive East Point into attack again. Sends a high footy in towards the left forward pocket on the outer side. Bit of holding going on by both men. Page had to stand underneath it. Was driven to ground straight away. Tudman run down from behind. And umpire says incorrect disposal and holding the ball. Darley take the advantage. They want to use the corridor. Carrick off to Scotland. It was blindside tackle. And brought the ground, holding the ball, free kick to Brown, real hospital sort of stuff, put the coach under extraordinary amount of pressure there.
Bit stiff. Brown coming off the bench there. Blindsided there was Scotland.
But the bloke that handballed it to him should have seen him.
Johnston, key around the body to the hot spot. Clearing punches coming from Leonard. Desperate stuff coming now. Left foot kick by Taylor. Right to the top of the goal square. Umpire says he'll pay the mark. Offhands ball has been conceded through for a minus score. 7-8, 48 leads 2-7-19 here at Darley Park.
Yeah.
Do the maths there. I'm trying to do that. 29-point lead to Eastport at the moment. Ball back into play. Come members side. Half back. Collie had 2 to beat. Stood up. Did well. The youngster. Knocked the ball forward. Then was tackled without it. The umpire agreed. And a let off there. They had the numbers there, East Point. They just balls it up as Collie runs away with a right foot kick. Gets towards centre wing, looking there for Bewley. Again, outnumbered by East Point. Chance here for Inglis. His hand pass was cut off by Canny. He went by foot to half forward. Now doing the mopping up there for the Devils was Page. Got the hand pass to Cullen. Right foot kick was good. Van Hansen got some separation. Keeps the ball low. Finds Edwards on the lead. Couldn't do much about that there, the big fella Van Meel. And Edwards will go back and have a shot on goal. 35 to 40 metres out from goal.
Was looking to dish it off.
Well, it's 3 times now that Jake Edwards has been too good in the lead, and that matchup is just not working whatsoever. And you know, if he had kicked 3 goals straight here and was allowed for his 4th, it'd be a different story in this match.
Well, I think Eastport would be pretty happy if Edwards has got to shoot all his goals from the boundary line. He's had to do 2 of those. So,
but I'm just saying, he's just looking a different calibre going forward, but they can get it in his direction.
And to him on the full.
Comes in, steady approach, split the middle. He's second of the afternoon and one that Darley needed desperately as we approach half-time here at Darley Park. 2 goals to Edwards, his 30th of the season, and Darley's 3rd of the afternoon here.
And as you were saying, Sammy, do you think maybe the rationale with the pointers are that they're not getting the ball down to Edwards, so if he gets away from him once or twice, who cares if the...
Well, I'm just saying, if this game creeps ever so close, so even just marginally is now a 23-point margin. They continue to allow this to happen. I could see Jakey Boy having a big afternoon in the second half.
But that was a question I asked you. If they're not getting it down to him often enough, do they mind if he gets 1 or 2 or 3 goals?
A lot of it's got to do with good ball use. That entry kick's so important in footy. And Edwards, it'd be... any player in the comp would be flat out beating the former 5-game AFL from the Blues.
Back underway here.
VFL Premiership player.
Hand pass there, stolen. Well, we could sit all day naming it. Ankrum, the hand pass. Darley want to get down before half-time. Graham to Worsdorp. Sold a foot candy and send it inside. Edwards! Punch.
I thought he had his arms chopped.
Scotland with the crumb to Baker from 45. Wobbly kicks across the face a goal. It stays remarkably in the field of play. Nesta offhand sees it out of bounds. 25 minutes gone. Second term, we'll get a ball in.
You know I'm a big Jakey fan, but I thought he had his arms chopped then.
Maybe a little bit of contact there. Umpire let it go. And he's looking ever so dangerous here inside 50. Back underway. Hansen just takes out the ruck. Right foot snap on goal is offline. Hits the out of bounds post, and there'll be a free kick the way of the Kangaroos.
If the big fella's had his kicking boots on, I think he's kicked 1 and 2 out of bounds on the full from snaps.
Yeah, but they've been in difficult spots.
Yeah, but no, I'm not being critical. But once again, first quarter, pointers were doing those very, very easy, those snapshots.
Tongue brings the ball back into play. The mark's been taken over the back. A free kick given in the end. It's going to go to Hansen. His right foot kick is okay inside 50. Mark's been taken by Page. Inside 50, a rare opportunity for the captain. He'll take his best kick from here. It'll stretch him against the boundary line, 45 or so metres out from goal.
I can't recall ever seeing him have a shot on goal.
Well, he's got 3 for the year.
Well, he kicked 1 last year against Lake Windaree to win them the game.
Remarkably 72 across his long career. Believe it or not, a little fun fact for you.
Yep, done well there, Sammy. As Page.
4 numbers.
If ever they need a captain's goal, kicks on its way.
I think he's done it.
Oh my God, he's put it through. Shane Page, you beauty. 4th goal of the afternoon for the Devils, and they're within reach. They get within 17. They're 4-7-31. They trail East Point 7-6. 48, 27 and a half minutes gone, second term.
And the unbiased commentary by very enthusiastic Todd Whelan.
If there's ever a time to get upbeat about football, it's when there's a goal scored, Babs.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. And even though we all maintain that we are neutral, we do have our favourites, don't we?
Here on BFL Game of the Round on 979 FM and relaying on 98.5 Apple FM this afternoon. And we're back underway. Fisted there by Walsh. Hacked in the midfield by McQueen to a vacant half. It's a foot race. Who will get there first? Ball's tracking backwards for Nesta. Hot footy be won. Neutrally knocked down. Picked up by Cleverly. And here go the Devils forward once again. Scotland. Outreach McDougall. Gave the hand pass off in one motion. Hanson runs to 48. Lines up the goals. It's offline again. And a minor score. 4 goals, 8-32. Trail 7-6. 48 and the East Point go quickly out of side. Tongue looks towards centre wing with a high ball. Gallagher cops in front on contact and will be rewarded on the other side wing.
Yeah, great call there, Sammy. Hanson did everything but kicked the goal there as the Devils combined for arguably their best passage of play, and that would have sent the cat amongst the pigeons, I tell you. But East Point with ball in hand now. Ball ends up in the middle of the ground. It's Walsh a long way from home. Right foot kick to the forward 50 line. Chance here for Geordie Johnson. He gets away from Stevenson. His kick's very effective. Found Taylor.
Once again, how do they get away?
The boundary line.
How do they get by themselves?
It's about 50 metres out from goal. Take his best kick. They lead by 16 points here, East Point. Centering kick there from Taylor. Got plenty on it. Devils with the fly. Colley went to ground. Ball at ground level now. Bit of a stacks on the mill. The umpire blows the whistle. Will come in and effect the ball up. 25 metres out from the East Point goal. They're directly in front. And they trail. Well, they lead by 16 points. 29 minutes gone, second term.
A goal weighted either side is massive in the spectrum of this one. We're inside 50 for the Kangaroos as Todd Whelan so correctly called just a moment ago. Back under the way. Walsh won it down. Trying to get it away on the bottom pack is Baker. Scrappy kick coming out from the Kangaroos across the face of goal. Tough to deal with. Desperately trying to clear and find the boundary line. There is Darley, and they do so. And the ball is out of play. Evans was the man chasing after that one.
Little slow to get to feet there. Baker copped a hard knock.
Won't phase Luther. Tough as nails. We'll get a ball in. About 30 from goal. Slapped at the back by the Devils. Knock. Opportunity though for Ma. Left foot kick around the body. Reaching over the top. Does the umpire pay the mark? He does. I think it's Van Meel, the man. Sorry, not Van Meel. Might be Isaac Quick is the man reaching over the top, grabbing that one. And he'll line up pretty much directly in front, about 35 from goal.
This will be a goal against the run of play. I'll just go as far as to say, Baz, 30 minutes gone.
It would, and as Sammy quite correctly stated a couple of seconds ago, that a goal to either side at this stage of the game would be absolutely crucial.
Quick to come in to be their 7th individual goal kicker of the afternoon. Starts at left, tries to bring it back, does not do so, and a minor score. They're 5th behind of the term as well, remarkably. For East Point, 7-7-49 leads 4-8-32. Barry Ag.
Devils definitely dodged a bullet then.
Shane Page, the Devils captain, to bring the ball back into play. He'll go outer side of the ground with a low drop punt.
Nice.
Went looking for Cadman. Had numbers around. He was happy to go by fist and get it over the line for a boundary throw-in. So numbers can get to this boundary throw-in in the dying...
It's not a bad result for the Devils.
...seconds of this second term as we head into half-time. East Point with the leads. Spiteri battled manfully in the ruck, especially in this second term.
Yep.
Kick gets towards Borsdorf.
Nice.
To be quick. Got it to Spiteri. Ping, said the umpire. Holding the ball. Incorrect disposal. Take your pick. Chance here for McQueen. Been dangerous.
That's ball again.
Holding the ball. If you don't
come on, umpire.
Let it go. McQueen ends up with ball in hand once again. Pursued by the Darley Devils. There's another
one.
That one's got to be pink. Carrick will take the free kick. Umpire called play on. Right foot kick. Square kick was terrible. Left low begin with the turnover. Oh, if you don't mind, Darley, you've absolutely had a shocker here as Canny takes a mark 45 metres out from goal.
Just going to praise the Devils on the outside there because the hunt and they just didn't give up, even though it was scrappy and sloppy. But the amount of times McQueen and Pure let it out of danger, then they finally got their man. But then the kick in ball by Carrick is just far too ambitious at this stage of the game, and it could cost them a goal going into half time.
Yeah, disappointing squaring kick there as Canny, the youngster, shot on goal. Going across the face, much to the delight of the Darley faithful. For a minor score. 3 goals even now. The margin, East Point 7-8-50, Darley 4-8-32.
That's a nice kick out.
Ollie wastes no time as the siren sounds here for half-time at Darley Park in perfect conditions for football. East Point led by 35 points at quarter time. The Devils have come back to get within 18. We've still got a game on here in earnest at Darley Park. Sam Young, Todd Whelan, Barry Ag and Smithy with you right throughout the afternoon, Sammy. And the Devils still in with a chance.
Absolutely, yes. The scoreboard reads 7 goals, 850. East Point leading Darley at halftime, 4-8. 32 goal kickers for the Kangaroos, 2 for Geordie Johnson, singles to Brown, McQueen, Canny, Taylor and Clay Billney, whilst for the Devils 2 to Jake Edwards and singles to Brian Graham and Shane Page, all the big guns getting on the board there. And before we go to our halftime break here, just a quick score update for our listeners for other games happening across the competition. We're resuming about halftime. North Ballarat City 6-3 39 lead, Ballarat 4-8 32, Lake Wendouree 7-8 50, Redan 5-7 37, so the Lions fighting back in that one. Melton 4-3 27 trailing Sebastopol 5-7 37 and back if you want. Let's get the second half on the way. Todd Whelan kick things off here on BFL Game of the Round.
Spiteri into the ruck once again for the Devils. We'll give him that tap against Walsh. Spiteri at ground level. We'll speak of Lee outside of the right boot, deep into the pocket. First entry for the Devils. Looks like McDougall's gone back now for East Point to arrest some of that momentum the Devils picked up in the second term. Lee Spiteri's follow-up work was good. Picked it up just inside the boundary line. Hand pass to Collie was knocked off hands over the line for a boundary throw-in. 60 metres around from the Darley goal, right in front of the old pitch.
All right, so what are we, 30 seconds in? It's been an impressive start in the third quarter by the Devils.
Well, they failed to kick a major kick into this end in the Glacier end in the opening term. Can they eradicate that here early? Scotland with a bit of holding going on. Free kick off the ball will go the way of Lee Spiteri.
A very, very late call.
Just outside 50, too far out for him. Drills one into the pocket, into the lead of Edwards. Punch from behind by East Point. Brings the ball to ground and we'll get a stoppage in the left forward pocket.
Too high, the entry kick. Too high. Just way it out in front of Edwards. Let him run onto it.
Well, at the moment, he just looks too good on the lead. Just give him all the chances to mark it. Don't overcomplicate it.
There's the ball up. Devils into attack in this third term. They trail by 18 points. East Point will get away out of the congestion. Left foot hurry kick gets towards the outside outside centre wing. Hurried right foot kick. Running onto it there for there would have been Brown. It was Isaac Quick, in fact. Ball it on half back here. Chance for Cullen. Gathered, taken to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. Oh, holding the ball.
Now, I think you got that one right there. Cullen sort of made no real genuine attempt to get rid of that, so I think I'll have them on the umpire mopping that one up. So Quick will drive East Point into attack. Inside 50 they go.
Well done. That's a mark, umpire.
And it will be paid away by Bryce Stevenson. And the full-back position goes out wide. Carrick on the move. Takes the mark in front of McDougall. Half-back flank. Broadcast side in front of Coventry. Bus position. Jackson Carrick. Looks across the ground. He's got Page by himself to complete a switch with, but the kick is wide. And Page had to desperately try and make up ground. Luckily stayed in the field of play.
What a stupid bloody decision and what a horrible bloody kick.
Well, it's probably the third or fourth time today, and I'm not trying to be too critical of Carrick, but he's really hurt and burnt his side by foot.
Clearly the worst kick of the afternoon. He had the ball just inside the defensive 50, kicked it backwards, and now there's a boundary throw-in
on the behind post.
To the behind post. Can you believe it?
No, as I said,
opportunity for the Kangaroos. Dodd off to a teammate. Left foot snap from Joel Mars across the face of the minor score. East Point get the first score of the opening second half, but it's not one they would fancy, a minor one at the least.
Brian Graham will bring the ball back into play for the Devils. He runs his full measure, gets it towards half-back. Leonard the target, takes a nice mark in front of return Marooners. Gave it over to Scotland. Ran towards half-back, keeps the ball low. Collie takes a nice mark, over to Graham on the run. Good play, linking up here the Devils. Right foot kick in the Edwards direction. Sets himself, caught one as he went to ground. Rebound footy out of the congestion was good from Murphy, but cut off in the middle of the ground by Z Stratton. He wastes no time. Plays on to Page. He's low kick, favoured Carrick in the end. He gave it back to Page. Gets to 50. Shot on goal. The captain drifting off to the left as he got the distance. Oh, unrealistic attempt there, you think, there from Captain. And he's given away a free kick in the goal square. And it's going to go the way of East Point. They'll get themselves out of trouble.
Well, he's pretty clean to demonstrate maybe for a block as well. But nevertheless, the Kangaroos go out through tongue towards the broadcast side. Walsh dropped the mark. He should have taken on centre wing. Ball has just stayed in the field of play. McQueen run out of territory. Umpire says holding the ball.
What?
Well, McQueen thought he was out of bounds there, and he thought the game was all but over, but Carrick a little fortunate there for the Devils. So I'll take that.
Can he do better by foot this time? Jackson Carrick, centre wing broadcast side, looking backwards, shaky at best.
Once again, horrible bloody kick backwards.
It's going to make it tough for Cullen. Got 2 to beat. Handball to be coughed up. McQueen got one high. Will be the beneficiary of a free kick. And just some strange use of foot hurting Daly at the moment. Kicking ball to Lovig's good. He looks to centre half forward, and then Johnston got the mid smash, takes the mark.
And I hate to say this about anybody, but correctly so, Carrick's been taken off the ground.
There might be an old-fashioned drag. I don't even think that's a rotation. Not the best 5 minutes of football that Jackson Carrick would have.
You can also probably see when we got the footy there how lacking in confidence he was. He he really wanted to make amends, and in the end he did everything but.
Yeah, well, when in doubt, kick it the way you're kicking.
That's it.
Well, should never kick backwards anyway.
Johnston directly in front for the opening goal of the second half. Kick is on its way. It's a floater. It won't make the distance. The umpire will pay the mark. Off hands hits the behind post, so there's a numerous amount of players, and we'll get a ball in.
Yeah, there'll be a let off there for the Devils. They trail by 19 points. Just been playing 5 minutes, third term here at Darley Park. East Point kicking to the Raglan Street end or Golf Club end. Devils kicking to the town end. Shallow boundary throw in. Favours neither ruckman. Going the thumb forward there was quick. Only as far as Canny, the youngster, over the footy. Hurried to the congestion there from Evans off the side of the boot. Out of bounds on the full. And the resultant free kick will go to East Point. And it'll go to Nesta. He'll take the that free kick back into play from 45 to 46 metres out from goal. East Point lead by 19 points as he wheels and goes from 50, puts it to the top of the square. Page the spoil was good. Off hands, over the back. No, East Point have the numbers, but they ran out of space. Boundary umpire blows the whistle. There'll be a ball in, 8 metres around from the East Point goal.
And has anybody picked up, is Harley Inglis on the ball, or has he just followed his man down?
Yeah, I think he's just following Nesta around. As we're back underway, neither ruckman touched it at the back. Lovic, left-hand pass was clever. Opportunity for Ma. Left foot kick doesn't make the distance. Double fister clears and finds the way to Brian Graham. Assesses his options off half-back. Drilling ball down the line's perfect. Mark taken by Luther Baker. Looks down the line further afield. But attacking the footy with full velocity was Murphy, and he took the mark.
Yeah, the Darley faithful thought it was touched off the boot.
But the umpire said not doing so. Drew Murphy with the footy, centre wing on the broadcast side. Goes short to Nesta. He takes the mark in front of the coach, Heath Scotland. Nesta with the footy. Wants to wheel and play on. High ball will just trickle inside 50. Stevens with the big fly to back. Unable to take the mark. And umpires picked out a free kick. Not officiating. It's going to go the way of Brian Graham. I had a big massive poll in my way, Trod, so I hope you picked that up for us on the half-back line.
Yeah, the only time I've ever had a poll in my way, it's been in the early hours of the morning. All right, there's the kick back from Graham. Kick was effective. Mark's been taken there by Tom Evans. Continuing to take that risky ball back into defence. But Brian Graham, probably the best exponent of the drop punt in the side. Kick from Evans, went over the head of Scotland. Stevens did the backing up, gave it to Graham. Right foot kick along the boundary line was good. Found Inglis, who got away from Gallagher. Member side centre wing. Inglis back into the side today. Right foot kick along the line. Goes in the direction of C. Stratton. Excellent running. Got away from Taylor. He goes to play on. Look at that for coming around on your mark. Right foot tumbling drop punt. Goes in towards the direction of Hanson. He couldn't take the mark. Chuck in the pack. Chance here for Carrick to amend. Wild hand pass to Worsnall. Conceded some ground. Ankrum. He shot across the body. Smothered over the line and out of bounds.
Barry,
once again, 4 handballs, and you've gone from the edge of the goal square to the forward pocket, handball backwards.
Maybe just a little bit like a talk because he was in the clear in the pocket, could have straightened himself up and had a flying shot on goal. Elected to go backwards and a good defensive smother by East Point. Still not out of it though. Graham with the snap to the hot spot, off hands, ball falls at the back of the pack. East Point like to keep the ball in the field of play through McDougall. He goes across the ground with a kick and it's a clever one. Mark should be taken there by Tudman. So Mitch Tudman, hadn't seen a lot of it, but looks towards centre wing. Bilney at the back, crashed the pack, boards the deck, opportunity for Page, mops things up, kick around the shoulder was clever, has a man in space, had to wait for it in Worsdorp, his kick was once again smothered, an opportunity for his point to go the other way, high ball in the Bilney direction, he wants it at the back, Page is with him, Bilney and Page do battle, bit of holding, bit of gentlemanship going on between the two, Bilney gets a handball away to a teammate, scrubby kick on the leaders, Johnston, 1, 2, 3 grabs, takes the mark. Inside 50, plays on immediately, looking towards the leader, Brown, bounces on a point for him, might be run down by Coley, ball umpire C got a handball away, Darley clear, down the middle they go, mark taken by Ankrum, and he plays on immediately, looks to the outer side, Hanson on the move, that's where the kick goes in his direction, got Carson on his hammer, just shrugged him away, got away from another, handball over the top was good by Darley, sending a booming kick inside 50, looking for a high fly, Walsh from the side, unable to take the defensive mark, Graham around the whoopie tackler, right foot snap is on goal, across the face it goes, and out of play it goes. We'll get a ball in deep inside 50, 10 minutes gone in the third term.
East Point 7-9, 51 lead, Darley 4-8, 32. 19-point lead of the visiting Kangaroos, who led by 35 at quarter time. Devils got back within 18 and a half. There's the throw-in. Grabbed out of the ruck there by Spiteri. He was then dispossessed. Shot on goal out of nowhere there from Inglis. What's happened there? Now it's ended up in East Point's hands.
Paid the mark.
Seeing UFOs going across the screen. Right foot kick out of trouble is East Point. Good thump away. Gets the ball back inside the attacking 50. Spiteri excellent below the knees. Kick across the body was okay. Carrick want to be quick. Slow hand pass favours Page. Been excellent. Right foot kick. And finds Ankrum unattended. He can run and close within 35. Shot on goals. Bending back. Has he got enough on it? He might have put it through. One of the goals of the day, Jake Ankrum. Thank you very much. And the Devils, they close within 13 points here at Darley Park in their effort to keep their top 3 chances alive and make it 15 wins at home on the trot, the longest of any team in the competition. If you don't mind, Barry Ag, we've got a 13-point ball game.
Exactly, and if my memory serves me correctly, that's the first goal that the Devils have kicked down an end this game.
Most certainly is, Baz.
So, in the immortal words of the late Leo Tiger Johnson, here they come.
We're certainly putting on the challenge now for the Kangaroos. As Todd Whelan so quickly called there, once led by 35 points in this one, now only by 13. Game on here at Darley Park, and Baker gets the Devils moving once again. High ball towards the half-forward line, picked up by McDougall. Looks left and right, then this goes to go out wide with the kick. Mark's taken by Kenny. He goes in one motion, over top towards Brown. Looping hand pass finds Clay Bilney. Closes in on 50. Bilney has a flying shot on goal. Johnson's got the set at the back. Off hands, and well done by Tommy Evans. Got a hand in there when many wouldn't have been able to, and sees the ball out of play. We've got a boundary throw deep inside.
Not only did he spoil it effectively, but he didn't give the free kick away.
East Point 51 lead, Darley 38. Near 12 minutes gone, third term here at Darley Park. Game on in earnest, 97.9 FM. Relayed 98.5 FM, right with you, right throughout the afternoon. Sammy Young, Todd Whelan, Barry Ag, and Smithy bringing you all the action on a perfect day for football here at Darley Park. There's the ball up, tap one by Quick, then the second, then the third. Favours Spiteri, knocks it towards the defensive 50, gathered by Bilney. Weighs up the options, kick across the body's ordinary. Bereft of options in the end, Bilney. And Leonard takes the mark. Plays on. Right foot kick's okay. Gets it towards Brian Graham. Normally good by foot. Doesn't let me down. Hanson runs onto a ball and marks it on the chest. Kick there, went looking for Bewley. Went over his head. He had 2 to beat. Ball stays in play. Inglis keeps it in cleverly. Quick hand pass found Scotland. Had to be quick by foot. Goes in the Edwards direction. Going back with courage, Joel Maher. Excellent grab. Going back with the flight semi.
Yeah, marking away there from Joel Maher. Backing back with courage. Looks towards centre wing. Mark should be taken by retirement owners. Is done so. Attacking side for East Point. Trying to steady the ship here at Darley Park. Only lead by 13 points now. High ball towards half forward. Quick's got 2 to beat. Graham getting back will mop things up here for the Devils. Sweeps a handball over the top. Missed the target in East Stratton. Coming through was Taylor. He went without it. Ball still alive. Tudman over the top. Bilney, hands free. Found retirement onus again. He sends it inside 50. Johnston's got the set flying over the top. Johnny Johnston!
All class.
Wowee! Got the springs and the steps. Great mark there from JJ. And you'll line for goal number 3.
Is their theme song they play at home, anything you can do, I can do better?
We've seen his brother twice this year. I'm going to take marquee contenders.
And that's pretty close to what his brother was doing.
Johnston comes in, starts it right, bends it back, right to the goal face, and in the end, it's a minus score.
Close but no cigar. 7-10-52 East Point lead. Darley 5-8-38. The Devils pressing. They're wanting the next one. They just want to be within touch at three-quarter time. Scotland with ball in hand was very good in the first half. For the Devils, kept him in the game. Out of defence he goes. Short right foot kicks okay. Finds Worsdorp. Just inside the defensive 50. Not out of trouble yet, the Devils. Right foot kick along the lines. Very good. Finds Cadman, who got some separation on Murphy. Wheels and goes onto the right boot. Goes in the direction there of Ankrum. He couldn't quite take the mark, but it's been beautifully cut off there by East Point. And it might be the big fella there in quick. Right foot kick goes towards the attacking 50. Great attack there by Darren Leonard. Plays on. Hand pass to Carrick. Thinks he's got poison foot at the moment, so he went by hand to Brian Graham. He got it to Stevenson. Broke the tackle. Bounce. And the decathlete ran away along centre wing. Tumbling kick. Ball bounces end on end. Looking there towards Azapati. Doesn't get a favourable bounce. East Point can rebound again through Gallagher. His right foot kick is high. Big up and under. It's used the body by Lovig on copping one high there was Lovig by Brian Graham. And there'll be a free kick on half forward here. 2 kicks away from goal here, East Point, Sammy.
So Lovig just a bit slow to get up after that eye contact. Has to go by hand to Tudman. He pounds it inside 50. Brown's in good position. Leonard, did well, Leonard.
About time you've played it, umpire.
Held his ground to the veteran. The vice-captain goes wide by foot. Marr gets a hand in there, brings the ball to ground. Bilney trying to get across, trying to keep it alive on the outer side. Marr involved now, sends it inside 50 for East Point, looking for a high flyer. Nesta reaching in, unable to mark. Graham, desperate stuff, hands and knees. Scotland fumbled, rare sight. Hot footed he won inside defensive 50. Leonard with a booming kick, doesn't bounce in the field of play. It does so right in front of the commentary bus here. We'll get a ball in on the half forward line for East Point.
7-10-52 the Kangaroos, they lead Darley 5-8-38. Been playing 16 minutes, third term, 14-point ball game. Boundary throw-in to take place, broadcast side half forward for East Point. Sun in the eyes of the ruckman, thankfully not mine this week. It's Spiteri combined with hand pass to Hansen. Baker kept it low, got it to Worsdorp, ran through a vacant centre circle, kept the ball low. Bewley's outstretched hands couldn't take the mark. Don't tell me East Point are going to rebound on half back again. No, they're not. Bewley manages to keep it in. There'll be a ball up, this time on half forward for Darley.
Barry, I was going to say, nevertheless, their transition from halfback has improved drastically since the opening term. Has Darley's back underway, return owners, extracts when many couldn't quite find the man. Umpires picked out a hold, and a free kick will go the way of Darley, though. And it's going to go the way of their coach in Heath, Scotland. Too far at the score, centre of the ground. Looks up, sends one in towards the left forward pocket in the lead. Edwards flying high, couldn't quite bring it down in the second attempt.
Paid the free.
Umpire says bit of contact there.
Once again, it's taken 3/4 or 2.5 quarters of football for him to wake up to it.
Not quite sure if it was either a tunnel or a chop. Nevertheless, free kick will go the way of Darley and the way of Jake Edwards.
It's going to be a tough kick from the low side. Distance won't be a problem for this man. He's an excellent kick by foot. He's already kicked 2 this afternoon, Sammy.
30 for the season. He's been one of the differences this afternoon in Darley, getting back in this one. Starts at left, bends it back, has no problem at all. He splits the high, diddle. Edwards has 3, Darley now have 6, and is once again absolutely game on here at Darley Park.
8-point ball game. Don't adjust your dial. Sammy Young, Todd Whelan, Barry Haggard, Smithy Watt with you right throughout the afternoon with live action from Darley Park. And the Devils close. They trailed by 35 points at quarter time. They're now within 8. They're 6-8-44. They trail East Point 7-10-52. Momentum with the Devils. 18 minutes gone, third term, Barry Hag.
And something we normally do, and we didn't do this afternoon rather, was predictions. And so, can I say Darley? Yeah.
go for momentum, Barry.
Put the moz on him again, why don't you, Barry?
We are
Back in the middle of the ground, Hanson in the ruck work, got his own follow-up clearance with a hurried right foot kick inside 50. Tongue doing the mobbing up, was tackled, tagging the ground. Chance for Scotland, Olcott the left boot, bouncing ball, 2 in a minute for the Devils. They're within 2 points here at Darley Park. 7-8-50 Darley. They trail. East Point. We're quicker than the scoreboard here in the yellow bus. East Point 7-10-52. A 2-point ball game. Match of the round action here on 97.9 FM and 98.5 FM.
You guys want to jump on board now? My prediction?
No, might join you on the movement. The great fellow outside wheel on here.
You can put a moz on Christmas, Barry.
Cracking game of footy unfolding here at Darley Park. Anyone's from here. And we're back underway in the beautiful sunshine here. Walsh went early, won it down. Coming through there.
Oh, well done, Graham.
Ross Graham to Leonard. Sweeping hand pass to Cullen. Out the back he goes. Page by foot. Always ashore. Finds a man in Evans. He takes the mark. Drills the ball down the line. He's looking for Z Stratton. Just too tall for him. Walsh was coming through. Got the separation. Did Rotoma owners. Clever little chip kick mind. Quick. He was able to take the mark on his chest. He chips over top. Joseph Dodd should mark. Does so. Held up. Looks inboard. Clever ball to find Rotoma owners. So laterally moving it to the ball magnet. And he's waved the play on. Sends it towards half forward. Graham. But Graham just too good in the air. Takes the mark. Inside defensive 50. He's really lifted in this term. Finding plenty of space and plenty of the footy. He looks down the line with Brian. High booming kick. Looking for a high flyer. Retirement onus though. Stood his ground so strongly. Took an intercept mark for the Kangaroos.
Rotoma Onus. Been good this term for the Kangas. Short right foot kick's okay. Finds McDougall. Right foot kick. Gets the ball inside 50. Outnumbered here. Point. Darley seemed to go up and spoil one another. Graham's kick, trying to keep it inside the boundary line. He can't. Free kick to McDougall. He'll send East Point back into attack. He'll concede some ground with a kick. It's okay. Finds Walsh. Scotland manning the mark. Walsh can weigh up the options. He goes short, goes looking for the lead of Brown, and to Inglis in front. Page at the back, couldn't take the mark. Brian Graham tried to keep it in, only got it as far as Quick. His kick was then smothered by Page, somehow got it to Inglis, want to be quick. Harley Inglis gets the Devils out of trouble. Right foot, drop punt kick, got the ball towards the member side centre wing. Chance here for Carson, combined with hand pass over to Van Meel. Hot footy at the moment, running onto it through the middle of the ground. Z Stratton just threw the ball onto the boot. Old-fashioned 80 style kick, just got the ball inside 50. Race on in earnest. Gallagher leading into that race. Chance here for Spiteri. He's over the footy. He's outnumbered by East Point combatants. Can they break even here? They'll cop that, the Devils. As a party's lending some assistance with the tackle. Unfortunately for the Devils, they'll take that. The ball ends up over the line for a boundary throw-in. Right in front of the pigeon shed, 50 metres out from their goal.
Is that what it is, Todd? I've always wondered what that was.
Well, it was great gut running there by your man Ziggy. Barry Ag just kicked it and then ran onto it and created a contest. Not many players would show the determination to work through that one as we get another stoppage just inside 50 for Darley, who have yet to lead in this one. Now trailed by 2 points here at Darley Park. All the momentum going their way. We'll get a ball up. One over the top there by Spiteri. Ball comes free for East Point on the other side. Walsh spun to deck by Lee Spiteri, and in the end another stoppage. 22.5 minutes gone.
Kick 7 of the last 8 goals, Darley. Well, goalless at quarter time. They now have 7-8-50. They trail East Point 7-10-52. Stick with us. 2-point ball game to the Kangas. Whilst the top 2 is a certainty for them, Darley endeavouring for a top 3 finish.
A good tackle.
Chance here for Rotoma Onus, who's kept the Kangas in it, as I mentioned earlier. Good pressure there from the Devils. Effect to smother on that exit kick. And it goes over the line for a boundary throw-in. 65 metres out round from the Darley goal.
How many was tackle, was it?
Spiteri's been doing all the work over there. He's been excellent. Often outnumbered there. And that side that the Devils often not known to frequent in better times, that low side of the ground. There's the throw-in. Tap one by Spiteri. Scotland went through, but went without the football. Bit of a congestion. The umpire says, I'll have it. You'll get some separation. And there'll be another stoppage. 65 metres out from the Darley goal. It's on half forward. Scoreboard side of the ground.
Umpire just clearing that space out. And we're back underway now. One over the top by the Devils. And you throw a blanket over about 6 players or so around this contest at the moment. Another stoppage will ensue on the half-forward region for the Darley Football Club. They trail by 2 points here on BFL Game of the Round. 979 FM relaying on 98.5 Apple FM this afternoon. Sam Young, Todd Whelan, Barry Ag and Ian Smithy Smith bringing all the footy action. And we'll get a stoppage. And a ball up once again, half-forward region for the Devils. Walsh reaching over the top, just trying to pound it forward for East Point. But again, can't get through the wall of players of the Darley black and white, keeping the ball in their attacking half at the moment. And another stoppage here on BFL Game of the Round.
97.9 FM and 98.5 FM bringing you the action here live from Darley Park. 2-point ball game, East Point lead. 24 minutes gone, third term. Tap one by Spiteri. Nesta was unable to gather cleanly as he had the ball knocked away from him. Tried to favour Taylor. He was then dispossessed. Ratoma Onus out of the congestion. But the umpires picked out a free kick, much to the delight of the ruckman Spiteri. And it's going to go to Cullen.
And the Darley faithful.
Cullen, by foot, tumbling kick. Was pretty ordinary in the end. And East Point had the numbers there, but Van Meel went the percentages and just thumped it over the line for a boundary throw in. This time 35 metres around from the Darley goal.
And I don't think the Darley side would be that unpleased with that effort.
100% agree there, Baz.
Not a normal ruck from Corey Cullen, but definitely kicked like one going forward then.
Throw in, tap one by Spiteri. Ball went to directly to ground level. Weight of players, neither side can gain any ascendancy here. Picked up by Warsaw, kick across the body. I reckon he's put it through.
He's done it.
And Darley are in front here at Darley Park. They're 8-8-56. They lead East Point 7-10-52. What's going on here, Barry Ag?
I'm just going to put out a very, very urgent call now. Is there any paramedics in the ground? If there are, please don't leave because we're probably going to need him for this bloke. He's going to have a heart attack in a minute.
You can give him mouth to mouth, Barry.
All I'm going to say, boys,
I think he'd be kissing his bum goodbye if he's relying on that, mate.
Remember 3 humps? 3 humps.
last time.
Don't talk too soon, boys. There's a long way to go.
We've still got another cracking quarter for you to follow after this one. Currently, it's all Darley.
But the reality of it is...
Out here they come.
Exactly, mate. But they're probably going to have the scoring in the next quarter too.
Let's get back underway here. Graham trying to extract from the midfield. Desperate stuff in the midfield by East Point. Hacked forward by Dodd towards the half-forward region. Trying to get there to add some space. Is Brown in the new jumper. Had to put on the 32 because his 19 was ripped to shreds. And we'll get a boundary throw in on the half-forward line on BFL Game of the Round.
Often the effort that goes into reeling in a 35-point lead, once you finally get back into the game, sometimes you can relax. Let's hope the Devils don't do so, Sammy.
Back underway, reached up by Spiteri. Trying to extract there was Dodd. Now he gets some separation. Left foot kicks towards centre half forward. Scotland's in the hole. And the coach for Darley takes the mark, plays on immediately to Page. Looping hand pass to Evans. Got a man over the top. Has to just get free. Couldn't quite do so. Low ball! Spun around 360. Umpire says no prior opportunity to that centre half forward position. And a ball up.
Well, if it was ball, it was certainly ball against Tommy Evans there. So we're let off there for Darley. 55 metres out from the East Point goal. Broadcast side of the ground on half forward. They kick to the Raglan or Golf Club end. There's the tap one by Spiteri. Just sharked there by McDougall, who ran away. Right foot kick from 50. Deep to the goal line. Thumped through by the Darley defence. Leonard and Stevenson combining there to see it through for a rush behind. And East Point closed back within 3 points. 7-11-53 the Kangas. They trail Darley 8-8-56 after East Point led by 35 points at quarter time.
They've kicked 7 behinds in the last 7 scoring shots, East Point. Evans down the line, got a loose player on centre wing in Ankrum. He takes the mark, goes short with the kick, full stretch. Mark is taken and given off to Brian Graham by Carrick to the hot spot. Graham's kick goes at the back. Looking for the opportunity. There was Spiteri, couldn't quite gather. Still a chance though. Taken away by Tongue. Sweeping hand pass, finds a man in Gallagher. Wide kick, asking a bit of quick. Opens up Edwards. Reaches over the top, takes a very clever mark. And Jake will go back from just inside 50 to line up for his 4th of the afternoon and remarkably give the Devils some breathing space as we approach 3/4 time. Well, as we hit 3/4 time, that's the siren here at Darley Park. So it'll be Edwards lining up to give his side a 9-point buffer heading into the final break of the day. Jake Edwards, the spearhead for the Darley Devils. Comes in. The crowd will do the work for me. Starts it right. Bending it back.
He's done it.
Right closely to the line. It's offline and a minor score. 8-9. 57 lead, 7-11, 53. Just quickly before I take our final break of the day, 3 goals to Edwards, 1 to Graham, Page, Ancram, Scotland and Worsdorp. Whilst for East Point, it's the same as half-time, 2 to Johnston, Singles and Brown.
And so that's why I reckon Darley have far.
Darley kick to the Raglan Street Golf Club end in this final term. East Point to the town end as Nestor out of the congestion gets to half forward. This could be the quick goal that they need in the opening minute. Kicks on its way, saving the day on the last line. Leonard thumps it through for a rush behind. It's a 3-point ball game. East Point 54, trail Darley 57. Ominous warning there for the Devils that the East Point side are here to win. Kick out of the defence was excellent. Felt the running Evans. Right foot kick goes along the line. Going the thump there was quick. Went to the agency of the boundary line. His follow-up work was good, but he ran out of time and space over the line for a boundary throw in on the true outer side centre wing position. Darley lead by 3 points, opening 45 seconds.
Feel a little bit for Bill. He's tried hard all day, but just
had glimpses, hasn't he, Baz?
Yep.
Just almost moments where he's been able to break the game apart for the Devils. Back underway on that centre wing position. East Point doing all the attacking in the opening minute or so. Nesta went without it. Ball is and a stoppage will ensue. 7 goals, 12, 54 trials. 8 goals, 9, 57. 3 points here at Darley Park. The advantage of the home side. The Devils try to lock in a home final victory this afternoon. East Point looking for the minor premiership. Back underway. Brown.
There was a throw.
And that's what the umpire said. Incorrect disposal. Brown gave him a gobful on the way through as well. But nevertheless, free kick away Brian Graham, who goes wide by boot. Looking for Carrick. Full stretch. Takes a nice mark.
Now, let's go back and we know what you can do, son. Show us.
Carrick with the footy. Assesses his options. Points that he's going to go long down the line. That's where the kick goes in the half-wall
It's
region.
down the line anyway, doesn't it? Anything Jones can do, I can do better.
Little Specky from Harley sends it into the pocket. Cadman from the side, unable to take the mark. Where are the crummers for the Devils? And inside, Baker, left foot snap is the line. Minor score. Darley, 8 goals, 10, 58. Lee East Point by 4 points here at Darley Park.
Did you call that as a handball?
Ball to come back into play for East Point. They come commentary side. Short kick's okay. Finds McQueen.
He's been conspicuous by his absence in the last quarter, wasn't he?
25 metres away from the Darley goal. Not out of trouble yet, East. McQueen's kick short to Dodd. Be strong in front of Scotland. He was. Overhead mark was good. Clean. Scotland looking to want a rotation off the boundary line, I think. As the ball goes along the line from Dodd with the left foot.
Oh, he's got a bit of a
In
limp.
front. Mark, no, not taken there by Cabin, went through his hands, but Page doing the mopping up. Left foot kick across the body was smothered. Chance here for McDougall. He dropped the ball, fell favourably for Baker. Excellent vision. Chip kick was good. Excellent little chip wedge there. Got it over towards Carrick. Right foot kick to the top. Edwards had 2 to beat, couldn't do it. Ball went to ground level. Gallagher had to try and find the boundary line. English picked it up, kept it alive. Got it to Spiteri. Blind turn kick across the body. Baker couldn't gather on the half volley. Ball at ground level. 20 metres out from the Darley goal.
Harley again.
Over the footy, Tottenham. Inglis applies the tackle. It will be held to him, and the umpire will come in and pull it up 20 metres away from the Darley goal.
Barry Ag.
Yeah, he's Scotland. Come off the ground with a reasonably noticeable limp.
Keep an eye on that one, see if it unfolds into anything. Back underway, scrubby kick off the deck by Spiteri, only as far as Gallagher, trying to clear 50, it won't. To a wonderful, wonderful mark.
Yeah, the 20-year-old from the Murray Bush Rangers has taken an absolute belter. Went down, did the pre-season with Williamstown. Didn't make the list, was told to sort of go away and have a feed, really, because there's not much of him. And Page was copped the knee of Worsdorp as he flew up overhead and took a mark. We'll have a shot on goal from 50, the youngster. Let's see how he goes. Gets to 49. Deliberate approach. Kick is on its way. We'll get all bar the final metre of the journey. And Edwards has taken a mark on the goal line.
Unforgivable.
In between the goal post and the point post. So the margin will be as extreme as it gets.
And no, there is not one Darley player that's given him an option. Goodness!
He's going to have a shot on goal here, Baz. There's no question about it.
Well, only because he hasn't got an option.
Here he goes. Oh, the same thing happened last week. Can you believe it? Deja vu. This time with Edwards. Kick ends up at the top of the goal square. Can you believe it? No score from 3 metres out. Taylor's hand pass was intercepted by Page. Kick across the captain's goal. The Devils extend to 10 points. They're 9-10-64. They lead East Point 8-6, 54, 10-point ball game. Near 5 minutes gone, final term.
How many captain goals can a captain kick in a game?
Well, he's done 2 definitely this afternoon, but Tim, what about the celebration? Both arms out. He loved it off the boot. Put him in the forward line, I say. I'm loving the Shane Page experiment. It's great to see. And Darley take a 10-point lead here.
It's hard to believe that Jake Edwards is an excellent shot on goal from anything further out than 3 metres. He did it last week.
Look, by the same, as I said, when he took the mark where he was, there should have been options given to him.
Back underway here. Van Meel goes early, gets a fingertip down for East Point. They desperately need a response. Go hard! The statement of the season. Handball over the top. Stolen by Taylor. Finds a man for the Kangaroos. They run towards half forward. Nestor from 55. Got a vacant goal square. Kick's not going to quite make it. Darley get a hand in there. Knock it towards the boundary line. There was Evans. One-on-one with McQueen. And a boundary throw in 30 metres out. In the right forward pocket for the Kangaroos. 7-12-54 trials, 9-10-64.
He was in the play in the first half without being conspicuous, Evans, but hasn't he lifted his game in the second half?
6 minutes gone, final term. Boundary throw at East Point into attack. Loose ball opportunity here for Nestor. Can gather outside of the boot. That's a fantastic shot on goal. And he's put it through his second goal in the last 2.5 quarters. And they get the ball, the score back within 4 points.
Yeah, Jacob Brown there, just goal that they contender there with the outside of the boot. And goal for goal here.
8-12-60 East Point. Trail Darley 9-10-64. Been playing 6.5 minutes. Final term here at Darley Park.
And just goes back, that's, tail tape what we saw in the opening term from the Kangaroos, just making something out of nothing. Their clearance work is being exceptional today. That's the one positive I think Jakey Briggs will be taking. A number of times they've been on the move and look dangerous around the goal face.
Devils can't take the foot off the pedal at East Point. Too good a side to do so.
Right in the way here, Van Meel wins it down. Rotoma Onus tries to bust his way through. Clever knock on by Spiteri with the intercept. Opportunity there for Bewley. Had nowhere to go. No prior opportunity. And we'll get a ball up virtually in the centre of Darley Park. 4 points to margin. 7 minutes gone. Final term.
As we just said before, there's a lot to like about Bewley, isn't there?
100%. Back underway. Van Meel. That's nice. The advantage of Baker, though. He sends it to the full forward position. Edwards handled. Bit going on. Still a chance for the Devils. Carrick, duck the tackle. Slip the tackle. Snap the goal. Carrick kicks the goal. Darley back out to a 10-point margin. Goal for goal here at Darley Park.
And I just saw, possibly, can't lip read, but Jake Edwards obviously asking why wasn't I given a free kick.
He might have said free. He might have said another.
But the response from the umpire was a shrug of the shoulders and put his arms out. What are you talking about? What? We all saw it.
97.9 FM, relayed on Apple 98.5 FM, match of the round. It's Darley hosting East Point. The Devils lead by 10 points. 8 minutes gone, final term. Devils try to make it 15 in a row at home, keep their top 3 chances alive. There's the ball up, tap one by Van Meel. There was intent purpose with that tap. It knocked
gutsy Bewley.
Bewley over the foot. He couldn't gather chance here for Ankrum. Clever kick to the advantage of Graham. Had to be clever below the knees. He was very good. Got it to Worsdorp. Right foot kick goes out in the Edwards direction. It might have been Hansen. In fact, it was. And he's been paid the mark. Too far out to score. Can slow it down a bit if he likes, but he decides to wheel and go. Goes in Edwards' direction. He's got the front spot. Ball thumped away by Walsh. Excellent defence. They're breaking that tackle too easily. There was the defence. Hurry tick got beyond the defensive 50. Nestor kept his feet. Losing their feet was Ankrum and Azzopardi. Nestor out now. One foot kick for the inside centre wing. He gets dumped as he kicked, and there'll be a relayed free kick down the ground and be taken on centre half forward for East Point. Be taken there by McDougall.
McDougall, probably right on his limit, decides to thump the kick as long as possibly he can. It's offline. In the end, hasn't registered a score and it's gone out in the full. So a wasted opportunity once again by the Kangas. Just unable to get the ball between those two big sticks. Darley through Stevenson out of the full back position. Go wide and long to the outer side. Tongue best position for East Point. Able to intercept the mark in front of the scoreboard, which reads the Kangas trailing by 10. Spearing pass. Mark full stretch. Takes the mark. Piercing ball inside. Finds a loose player. Mark taken by Toma Onus.
Yeah, the intensity's definitely gone up, especially from East Point's side of the bargain. Tung's been good today, so too with Tomaronis back.
Yep. And he's been right on his limit here.
Let's see how he goes. He's had a very good second half for Tomaronis. Kick's on its way. It's a tumbling, awkward-looking kick. It'll miss off to the left. Will be a minor score. East Point's 13th behind of the afternoon. They're 8-13-61. They trail 10. The Darley side 10-10-70. Breaking away out of the defensive 50 from that kick out was Z Stratton. Right foot kick's good. They combine to Hanson. He can wheel and go onto the left. Decides to go back onto the favoured right. Keeps the ball low. Out wide in the direction of Inglis Harper. Hand pass in. Ball was okay to Warsdorf. Hand pass it straight to his would-be tackler. Can you believe it? Ball at ground level. Second effort was excellent there from Warsdorf, but they might cough it up through Murphy. Murphy's hand pass was then interrupted. And then he's forced to tackle. Quick kick out of the congestion as neither side can really keep their feet there. That's spent at the moment. Kick to the vacant wing. Z Stratton's got time to run on it. It sits for him. Got the ball to Graham. Right foot kick along the boundary line. Excellent kick, finds Cabot on the chest. Just inside the boundary line, too far out to score.
Cadman sends him to the right forward pocket, looking for a big fly, and Edwards punched over the top. Scotland, kick was smothered by Walsh, who's just had a very serviceable game at fullback this afternoon. Done a lot of good things flying in the air, and a good almost score-saving smother there.
Good to see Scotland back on the
Yeah,
team.
he took the words right out of my mouth, mate. But yep, so whatever it was, obviously just a little bit of a, maybe it might have been a bit of cramp.
Back on the way here, knocked to the advantage of Graham, couldn't quite gather. Big tackle applied by Lee Spiteri there on Tudman, locks things up. 9 points the margin, 11.5 minutes gone. Final term here at Darley Park, round 17 football in the Ballarat Football Netball League. Back underway, Van Meer wins it down. On the back with Scotland, extracted by Murphy. Just clears defensive 50 with a wide ball towards the outside. Foot races on, running out of territory. There is the Darley player in, I think it was as a party out of play.
I'll tell you something about the first time that these two sides met this year. East Point trailed by 14 points at the 15-minute mark, and they piled on the last 6 unanswered goals that they're going to win by 22. So when you're speaking of deja vu, East Point in the same position as they were at their first meet. Let's hope there's no repeat of that.
Back underway here. Clearing kick there from Ma towards the half-forward region. Leonard a full stretch, and I'll take the grab. Coley mops things up, looks in towards the centre at Darley Park, asking a bit of as a party. Got a kind bounce at Ankrum coming through. Hand pass by Evans has coughed it up. Stolen by Tongue. Kicked it into the smothering Graham, but East Point still with the footy. Sweeping hand pass. Page mops things up. Kick around the body at the feet of his coach in Scotland. Fumbled away. Opportunity coming out of the fence there from Tudman. High ball. Taylor underneath it. Cleverly worked out of the way by Stratton, and he takes the mark on the half-back flank. He goes short and wide, and Hanson marks just inside the field of play. Centre wing on the other side. Looking for Scotland, and I'll take the mark. Bounced up like a cat, the veteran. Sends it towards half-forward. Graham with one mark. Not paid. Taken away by the Kangas. Down the line they go. Mark taken there by Taylor. He wants to move it quickly. Piercing ball's good. Mark taken there by Whittaker. Has been unsighted this afternoon. Goes inside 50 and full stretch. McQueen takes the mark.
Well, Whittaker's still unsighted. It was McDougall again. I think Whittaker's done for the day. I don't even think he's on the ground.
My apologies.
I think he's done for the day, Baz. So call that a square off with Angwin.
Yeah. I'll give you that, Todd Wheeler. McQueen, directly in front.
Right on his limit again.
Comes in. VFL listed player at Essendon. Been flaky all afternoon, but it's been sensational when it matters. Kicks the goal and makes it a 3-point ball game here at Darley Park.
9-13-67 East Point, Darley at 10-10-70. 3-point ball game to the Devils. Near 14 minutes gone, final turn, Barry.
And aren't you the kiss of death, Todd Whelan?
Don't go anywhere, that's all I'll say here on BFL Game of the Round. 979 FM, relaying on 98.5 Apple FM. Anyone's ball game, 15 minutes gone. In the final term, this is Todd Whelan.
Devils lead by 3 points after that goal to McQueen. Baker out of the middle, runs and goes onto the left boot, looking for Scott. One-on-one, went the one hand, couldn't quite take the mark. At ground level, Carrick was over the foot, he couldn't gather. There goes Edwards with streak, goes crashing through. Tackle taken to the ground. It's a hot footy. Game on in earnest here at Darley Park, and the umpire will blow the whistle. He'll come in and ball it up 45 metres out from the Darley goal.
I think young Carrick was a little bit stiff there. He could have got one a high, but umpire was obviously unsighted.
Someone's got to buy you a Darley jumper for Christmas, Barry, the way you've been this afternoon. I'll tell you this, Materi's tap, it wasn't too bad. Went looking there for Baker. He's bailed up, ball goes to the ground. There'll be a repeat stoppage 40 metres out from the Darley goal.
Try to remain unbiased totally, but...
Ever the professional Barry, eh? But you're just getting a little bit salty there in the third commentary mic position there. Did not like that comment whatsoever. Just
getting a bit of my own back.
I call them as I see them, mate. If they're there, they should
be trying to get free, brought the ground. It's got to be ball, I think. And free kick well away of the Kangas.
Well, he caught one high, but there was an east point in between the view of the umpire and the player.
Blindside of the umpire, unfortunately.
So all right, my question is, why pay a free kick at all if you can't bloody see it?
Murphy towards centre wing, bit of holding going on. Both men. Umpire lets it go. At the back here is Lovic with hand looking for the speedster and Nesta, but he tripped over at the crucial point, sliding in as he straightened, brought around 360, ball up in between half forward, centre wing on the broadcast side.
Been good in the second half, C. Stratton. Been had a very good day.
Well, as I said to you before, mate, you always get 110% off him.
Game's gone up a level here at Darley Park. 16 minutes gone, final term. Hurry kick out of the congestion from Graham. Got beyond centre wing. Carrick went to thump. Reward for playing in front there was Cadman. He gathered cleanly in the air. Got it to Spiteri. Ran to 60. 55. Right foot kick to an open goal square. Will it bounce up for Edwards? It does. Open goal. Bang it up one of the Devils. 11-10, 76. Just a little bit of breathing space though after East Point. 9-13, 67.
Can you take over, please? Someone goes going to get some white paint to paint some stripes on Todd's jumper.
All the action coming to you on live broadcast on Apple 98.5 FM. All thanks to 97.9 FM. Dual broadcast this afternoon. And I tell you what, you people at home or around the ground, you're the beneficiaries of this broadcast today. We've got a cracker on in earnest, Sammy Young.
What else would you rather be listening to than this fantastic game between these two powerhouses of the Ballarat Football Netball League? We're back underway here. Still anyone's game. Van Meel goes early. Couldn't quite win it down in the end. Get a secondary ball up in the middle of Darley Park. At 11-10, 76 leads 9-13, 67. 17 minutes gone. Final term. We are back underway. Spiteri, double hand palm down, knocked on by Baker cleverly. Carrick's lifting this final term. And as I speak, support the ground holding the ball. Free kick will go the way of East Point.
Had to give the first option there,
Yeah,
Carrick.
certainly did.
Tongue, wheels and goes. He's such a clever kick towards centre half forward. Just overcooked it slightly. Teammate under all sorts of pressure. Big tackle applied there by Ankrum. Locks things up. We'll get a ball up at centre half back or centre half forward, depending on who you support. Attacking the end of the ground for East Point.
9-point lead to the Devils. 11-10 plays 9-13. Nearing the 18-minute mark of this final term. Quick hurry kick out of the congestion for East Point. Got them deep. Going the soccer off the ground there was Cullen. Didn't get much of it. Page's tackle was good. Negated the kick forward from East. Chance here for Lobig. He's tackled taken to the ground by the youngster Stevenson. And the umpire blows the whistle to come in and effect a ball up 25 metres out from the East Point goal.
They've got to watch the midfielders here for East Point. A number of times been on the move inside 50 and been dangerous and had scoring opportunities. The Kangas look to go again. Here's Joel Maher. Left foot snap!
1 point.
One behind. Hang on. Consultation.
Score review.
Yep.
East Point want the goal.
Darley want the behind. Goal umpire's unsure. Field umpire's unsure. And in the end, a minor score is what's registered. 9 goals, 14, 68. Trails 11-10, 76.
Well, all they had to do was ask me. That's what I declared.
Might have been touched off the boot. Ball to come back into play. Devils, right foot kick goes to the beyond the defensive 50. Brian Graham going after the footy there. His effort was good, but he's quite happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Too far out to score. East Point now, they're a kick and a half away as the sun starts to get into the eyes of the East forwards and the Devils defence. There's the throw-in. Spiteri tried hard. Graham went the clever soccer. Was hopeful more than anything else. Close up against the boundary line, the youngster Stevenson. He's tackled. Ball breaks free over the line. Boundary throw in. Good crowd here. Perfect conditions for football. Darley faithful. East Point crew down the highway. All focused in on this next contest. There's the throw in. Opportunity here for Graham. Hand pass was through congestion, was interrupted or intercepted nonetheless. Ball went to ground. Worsdorp over the footy. Umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up. On true half forward, members side of the ground for East Point. They kick to the town end or Grey Street end in this final term.
And just following on from what you guys said, just got a message. Whittaker's been off the ground since half-time at the latest, and East have been down a rotation ever since.
Ticked in the time on in this final term. 8 points the margin here at Darley Park. Devils lead by 8. A remarkable turnaround by Heath Scotland's men at the moment, and we're back underway. Clearing out the centre half back was Page towards the centre of Darley Park. Spiteri went without it. Coming in for support there was Cadman. Found a teammate there in the Devils, and they work towards half forward. Scotland on the move, and that full stretch takes the mark. Plays on immediately in towards the right forward pocket. Walsh getting back. Carrick stayed down. By hand, only found Tudman though, and he clears for the Kangas. High ball towards the other side. Going to come straight back though. Darley with some numbers. Short kick, wide's clever. Mark taken there by Darley.
Is it Spiteri in the shadows?
Just too far at the score. Happy takes some precious seconds off the clock. Decides to just lower the high ball to the hot spot. Graham's got separation. He takes the mark. How does Brian Graham get loose inside 50 in the red time? It's remarkable.
And more importantly, but what great play by Jake Edwards.
Yeah, nice little block, Shepherd there.
That's the question Jake Bridges will be asking. How does the star player of the opposition in red time get loose 25 metres out directly in front of goal?
And in red and white socks.
Well, the reality of it is, either one of the star players, it was either going to be Jake Edwards' mark or Brian Graham's mark.
Graham comes in for his second, and then maybe ice the game here at Darley Park. Puts it through the big sticks. The Devils have turned it all the way around, and it is all black and white at Darley Park at the moment. 12 goals, 10, 82 leads, 9 goals, 14, 68. Brian Graham, he kicked the first goal of the day for the Devils, and he might have just kicked the one that all that matters here at the end.
Since quarter time, Darley have kicked 12 goals, 7 to East Point, 3 goals, 12. So it's been a very one-sided affair from quarter time, but nonetheless, it's not all over yet. East piled on the goals in their first meet back in about round 8. There's the ball up. Neither side can gain any ascendancy from that stoppage. The umpire will come in and repeat that, and there'll be a ball up defensive side of the centre circle for the Devils on the outer side of the ground. Darley 82, lead East Point 68.
Anybody else want to jump on the bandwagon now?
22 and a half minutes gone, final term. Baker over the football, been very good today. Carried a heavy workload through the midfield. Had plenty of contributors right throughout the afternoon. In quarters 2, 3 and 4, Scotland kept them in it in the opening term, and so too did Ankrum. Out of the congestion. Page, there was the one I forgot about. Lovig was the beneficiary of that rebound. He runs into an open goal, puts it through, straight over the goal umpire's head, and it's back to 8 points. Eastern 10, 14, 74. Darley 12, 10, 82. 23 minutes gone, final term.
Great call there, Todd. And a great finish by Cam Lovig. Bit of luck, but sometimes that's what you need in the final stages of games. All still to play for here. 8 points the margin. 23 minutes gone in the final term. The Kangas getting one to keep them in touch in the late stages here through Cam Lovig.
From memory, Sammy, has it basically been goal for goal, hasn't it?
In this quarter? Final term, yes, goal for goal. Very well said there, Barry Ag.
Still plenty of time. Spiteri favoured Ma, who could have been held without. The umpire called play on. Ball breaks free. Chance here for English. Needed to be clean with that first hand. He was. Gave the hand pass to Page. Arguably the best man on the ground. Right foot kick. Gets towards half forward. Carrick the fly. Couldn't take the mark off hands over the line. Boundary throw in 60 metres around from the Darley goal.
That's a win for the Devils.
Outer side of the ground. They kick to the Raglan Street or Golf Club end of this final term. They lead by 8 points. Still plenty of time remaining in this final term. Stick with us on 97.9 FM, Apple 98.5 FM. Boundary throw-in. Van Meel tried hard in the ruck today, knocked the ball to ground level. Baker gathered, tackled, held to him, and there'll be a ball up on half forward outer side of the ground here for the Devils, who lead by 8 points.
Yeah, on BFL Game of the Round, 979 FM, relaying on 90.5 Apple FM. Van Meal, big fist, gains about 5 metres or so, but it's going to go in the hands of the Devils. Kick towards half forward. Gallagher unable to take the mark. Inglis bottom of the pack, trying to extract for Darley. Ball still alive. Free kick for a hole going the way of Darley.
Luther again.
And
You play the ball, get in front, that's what happens.
bottom of the pack.
Sometimes.
Baker goes wide. Clever kick. Mark's taken there by Inglis. More precious seconds taken off the clock. And you'll go back from just inside 50. Don't think you have the distance in the late stages
I
here.
don't know if you saw in the shadows there, but Jakey was telling him to go for it.
Well, it's more you get the 30 seconds. You take your time. Even if you miss, the ball's at the right end of the ground if you're a Darley fan. Harley Inglis. We've really nothing to lose on this kick. From up against the boundary line.
He's got it in him.
Take his best effort from here. 48 metres or so. Sits it up to the top of the goal square. Big fly from East Point by Brown. Unable to take the mark. Bottom of the pack, Spiteri. Trying to find a teammate by hand. Bumped off it. Went a second time. Umpire waves play on. Players down everywhere. Inside 50 for Darley. They get a stoppage. 45 metres out for a goal. Right end of the ground for them.
I tell you, Murphy will pull up. Sure, he'll know he's played a game of football tomorrow. That's for sure. He's been in everything in the defence for East Point. He's tried very hard. 8-point lead of the Devils, nearing the 26-minute mark of this final term. There's the ball up. Tap one by Spiteri. Ratomaronis knocked it further afield. Fell into the hands of Baker, who was then bailed up, tackled, held to him, said the umpire. There'll be another ball up, 48 metres away from the Darley goal. They lead by 8 points. Just a tick over 26 minutes gone in this final term.
What do we reckon? 30 minutes, Max?
It's a hot footy at the moment. Brian Graham grabs it out of the ruck, hand pass it to Spiteri. Work that out. He's hurried right foot kick. I speak of Brad. Went to the top of the square. Carrick got a favourable bounce. Hurry kick across the body. Ball bounces in by now. He's put it through. Mixed fortunes for Jackson Carrick in this second half, I tell you. He was the least wanted player in Darley's 22, 5 minutes into the third quarter. And now he's the toast of the town, and the Devils get some breathing space. They're 13-10-88. They lead East Point 10-14-74. We're back to 14 points.
And as you said, the sad part about it is his stats are going to read 1 goal, score assists 4, but all for East Point.
Yeah, his second goal in the final term. Little zinger from Sardiaga late stages.
Well, he's gone from being in East Point's best to Darley's best.
From 0 to hero, maybe. And we're back underway, the final turn. Van Meal down to Ratona owners. Gets the clearance. Pounds it inside 50. Dropping the mark bench for Stevenson. Picked up with one hand by Johnston. Off to a teammate in Dodd. Flying shot on the goal face. Will not score. Should be marked by the veteran in Leonard. And is so. And he can hold firm inside defensive 50 for Darley.
Jake's on the back line.
Short kick down the line, looking for a target. McQueen got across, intercepts the mark. They have to be pretty much perfect from here, you'd imagine. Maybe too much to do. McQueen plays on, goes short, finds a target. Mark taken out, I think, by Geordie Taylor.
While he's going back to have his shot, do you think it's correct going defensive, putting Jake down on the back line?
Yeah, this situation, I think you do.
Okay, good.
He's only going to clunk one to probably win you the game from here. Taylor comes in, and the kick is
offline.
I think it's good.
No, I think they like it, the boys. It's a
goal. Once again, goal for goal stuff here. And Geordie Taylor kicks his second. 8 points the margin. Late stages here. Games on a knife edge.
I did ask you guys before, what do you reckon, 30 minutes max?
Well, there's been plenty of goals. I think it'll go a couple of minutes over 30 in this final term, but I tell you what, this game has had more ebbs and flows than a Netflix series. It's been brilliant. The Devils aiming to finish in the top 3. Each point, not so much on the line, but no doubt the pride of a minor premiership would stick well with them. Back in the middle of the ground here, tap one by Spiteri. Baker again at ground level, tongue in there too, finding Hart. And the umpire's going to come in and effect a ball up. Been plenty of stoppages in this final term. Been a hot footy, 29 minutes gone. Darley lead by 8 points. East will need 2 goals to win. There's the ball up. Tap one by Spiteri, battled hard, found Graham, hurried kick out of the clearance, got it towards half forward, tumbling ball, fancied Murphy, we spoke about him earlier in the call, broke one tackle then another, conceded some ground with a hand pass to Gallagher, his short chip was composed and found Carson. Scotland on the mark, runs along the boundary line as Carson, his kick's ordinary. It's been intercepted, mark's been taken there by Edwards who says, I'll slow things down here.
Showing all his experience here.
And how good a judge are you, Sammy?
Just cut that one off that he had to, Barry Ag.
Yep.
And now it's called the play on.
Oh.
The highest and the longest and the widest footy you could get. Big fly by Scotland. Spiteri off the Scotland.
well done.
He bounced up like a cat, did the veteran. Takes one bounce. Left foot kick inboard. So good. Inglis takes the marks. Game, set, match, you'd imagine. Inglis will line up 35 metres out, pretty much directly in front.
Take a bow, Heath, Scotland. Close up against the boundary line. Two pursuants managed to, with his peripheral, kick across the body on his left and get Harley Inglis with a pretty, almost directly in front. Shot on goal. This would be the sealer. I'll just about say that if he can put it through. But I don't want to speak too soon like we nearly did in the grand final last year, Barry Ag.
I was 2 minutes ago, was there?
Inglis comes in.
Smitty's declared it.
Pops it over the goal. The Devils. Well, 5 footies around the corner. How do you like it at Darley Park?
You're getting around the wrong guy, fellas. That's the guy you should be getting around.
Yeah, well, he's running to the bench. They'll be no good over there. I tell you what, they're going to get back to the middle of the ground. 14-point lead of the Devils. 14-10-94. Plays East Point 11, 14-80. 14-point lead. 30.5 minutes gone, final term.
Edwards back in the forward line.
What a game of football. I tell you what, if you can get on to Ballarat Football League Media, do yourself a favour and watch this replay if you haven't been able to be here this afternoon. It's been an absolute belter. Ball up in the middle of the ground. Tap one by Van Meel, gone into the ruck. Ball at ground level. Umpire will come in squared away. Graham's pressure. Baker been tireless around the football all afternoon.
The two of them mightn't get a million kicks, but the work they do around the ball is just absolutely fantastic.
Van Meel's attack on the footy was okay. Knocked it further afield only to Graham. He was ran out of time and space to throw ball on the boot. Went lateral. Tumbling out wide towards the boundary line. Picked up by Ankram. He'll be happy to carry it over, you'd think. But he decided to keep it in with a hand pass over to Brian Graham, who gave it a spin. Kick across the body.
Dropped it.
Good pressure there from Bewley on McDougall. Nullified the mark. Bewley a little bit worse for wear getting defeat, but he's done an excellent job there. And to effect a half stoppage there, and there'll be a ball up on half forward.
I just can't sing Bewley's praises enough. He's
32 minutes gone, final turn. There's the ball up. Tap one by Spiteri. Chance here for each point to get out of trouble through handball. Van Meel, right foot kick. Gets towards half forward. McQueen
That's a free kick.
couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Chance here for Cullen. As soon as he grabbed it, he was then tackled. Taken to the ground by Ma. The umpire will blow the whistle and come in effect. A ball up. 32 minutes gone. Final term. Darley lead by 14 points. I think they're home, the Devils, Sammy.
Yeah, not enough here, Todd. In the very, very late stages here. Can't be long left here at Darley Park. East Point desperate. But it's not going to matter for much. Hacked off the deck by Lovick. Inside 50 it goes. Stolen by Leonard. Clearing kick. Could be marked by East Point. It was off hands. Taylor. Underground hand pass was clever. But only as far as Page. Rotoma Ernest. Ducked the head. Got the arms free. Stolen by Tommy Evans. Ball spills free still. Darley just rush it forward. Off the boots. To his own advantage with Spiteri. Just had moments in this game. That blind turn was one of those moments. So clever. High ball down the line. Cadman from the side. Big fist from Carson. Picked up there by Bewley. Back to Lee Spiteri. Looks inside 50. Evans is one-on-one. And he's just too good. Takes the mark. Plays on immediately. Pumps a long kick to a vacant goal square. Gallagher back. And in the end, it falls in the lap of Murphy, who had nothing to kick to on the outside, just out in space. And the siren will sound here at Darley Park. 14 goals, 10, 94. The Devils have defeated East Point, 11 goals, 14, 80. And an absolute clinker here at Darley Park.
Well, they're 15 in a row at home, the Devils. That was probably their best one. 14-10-94, they've defeated East Point 11, 14-80. What a fantastic win. And before we go to a look at around the grounds, there might be still an upset on the cards with Lake Windermere and Redan. This round of footy not over yet when we talk about the makeup of the top 6. But what a brilliant game of football as sunlight and shadows took over in the end. Sammy kept together a treat, and the Devils have managed to come back from a 35-point deficit at quarter time to prevail in the end by 14 points. Very similar to the Melton game a few weeks ago, but the Devils keep their unbelievable home game winning streak on track. That's 15 on the trot, and their last 2 wins against East Point here on their home deck.
Yeah, it looks like it's been wins to North Ballarat City holding on against Ballarat, Lake Windermere holding on against Redan, Sebastopol over Melton, and Bacchus Marsh strong wins over Melton South. What that quickly means for the ladder and how it's going to shape the spectrum of things, well, East Point, they'll still be on top of the ladder on 48 points. Remarkably moving into second place will be the Darley Football Club, because they'll have a greater percentage most likely than Redan. Maybe Sebastopol in third, maybe Redan in third. It'll be interesting to see that one all plays out there. Melton will drop the 5th, and Sunbury will remain... Sunbury moving to 5th, and Melton will remain in 6th place. So that's how things will sort of look after 17 rounds of football in the Ballarat Footy League. So, of course, we'll let you know all